Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of Captain of Industry coming at you. Microphone settings all right, all right, all right. There we go. Oh, deep breath. Let's see. What do we talk about first? Yeah, really good session yesterday. Got our farms built and online and realized we're overproducing like crazy. Not a bad thing. Trust me. Not a bad thing to be overproducing. As I started yesterday's session, I mentioned that a couple of folks were asking for my blueprint setup. Let's see here. Oh, I uploaded 3 of them yesterday after the stream. I didn't have a ton of time to mess around, but they've already gotten like 11 downloads each. That's awesome. This is the link. I'm just going to paste it in chat. If you go to hub.coigame.com, that's the list of all the blueprints and such, and you can see the stuff in this individual link I pasted in chat. This is my personal stuff I've uploaded, whatever. I think I want to take a really fine-tooth comb to some of the Mark II stuff. A really great example of the Mark II stuff that I think needs fine-tuning is oil. I've had to reposition some stuff with the fuel gas and things, and I think I want to take this and retweak it before I put that into production. The Mark II steel and the Mark II iron, I'll put those up probably later today. But everything's pretty good. So, what did we accomplish yesterday? Farm, right? This was a big deal. This was all the stuff I had here. I had 9 fields scattered around. And so that's been pushed up there now to a full 12. And we've got room for another 4. We've added a water catchment system to try to alleviate some of the water needs. And that's been working well. What else? Yes, we moved down here. We have plastic production and bread production. That's all awesome. That's good. We also moved up some chlorine with the excess salt. Oh no, this is a different run. We have some chlorine going on. This is burning off extra fuel gas that we're getting from turning into our anaerobic digesters, which had been stalled for quite a bit of time. The real problem with it was we had too much, you guessed it, fuel gas. So now that's kind of alleviated, so we should be able to burn off some of that excess without too much of an issue. Once we have coal more developed and I wall this up, I might add another few more digesters. But for now, that's fine. What else? I've officially stopped our coal production from wood. Realistically, I just need this to do wood chips to try to normalize our power. Our power is a little dippy now because we've added the arc furnace, wherever the heck I put that thing. Well, I put it somewhere, all right. Here. Well, this is one part of it. This is a chemical plant with the chlorine, and this makes graphite. So, that's one thing there. I put it here because I think it needs steam. Oh, I put it here because it produces sour water, and sour water we're already getting rid of there. Specifically, so no point in me doing it elsewhere. Here's our beautiful arc furnace. We take the graphite. We take the coal, we take the sand there, and we take that there, the hydrogen there, and we make it into silicon poly. So silicon poly is what we need to make actual electronics Mark II. Those electronics Mark II are what is going to be, what allows us to move up to the next research age, maybe? A lot of words for it, but that's what's going to allow us to progress. That's the key of that. So, I was really hoping to put those here, but I have maintenance here, and I've got a bunch of sloped crap. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that next. I'm going to recommission my demo team once I remember where the crap I put them. 8, let's do 10. 10 is good. 10 is good. Have a bonus. I'm going to go ahead and put your guys here. So, the theme for this session, I think I called it Silicon and Power Tuning. We're working on that silicon poly. We're going to get that wrapped up, and we're going to get to the next tech level. Tech level is not really the right word because we're using the same labs and everything, so it's not really an upgraded tech level. It just allows us to further extend the level we're already at. So we'll get to that in a hot. We'll get to that in a hot minute. That's all digging down, diggy hole. Okay, I need that guy right there. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna do a whole mess of real dirty work. Dirty work. It's gonna be dirty work. We're gonna nuke that. And this is water that comes from where? That junction piece. This water eventually makes it to our oil system, does it not? It does. Okay, so this is somewhat critical water. I'm at least gonna... I'm gonna trim Chiru from here to there. And then, for terraforming's sake, we're gonna get this all hecka flat. Hecka flat. Y'all could start working on that. And that would be great. We're gonna pull maintenance over just a wee bit. And just a wee bit, right about there. Just a wee bit. I don't know what's with the voices today. I'm doing accents and voices and all kinds of weird things today. I'm in a weird mood. Because I'm awake, I guess? I don't know. I mean no ill will, anything to anyone to ever. I'm just a silly man. So if I come across as offensive in any regard, please understand that's not my intent. I'm just silly all the time. Just silly all the time. Just silly all the time. I'm just silly all the time. Just silly all the time. Nedved, good day. Pleasure to have you as always. I hope you have a good day yourself, my friend. Always, it's an easy thing. I always hope everyone has a good day. Even if the person's a jerky turkey, I hope they have a good day. I hope the day treats them right. Jerky turkey is a fun way to say enemy now. That's how I'm gonna say. That's how I don't declare enemies. I declare you're just being a jerky turkey. Very non-Klingon to call someone a jerky turkey. Not a jury turkey. Jerky turkey. Meh. A jerky turkey. Maybe that's something that doesn't translate. Have you ever called someone a jerk? It's a much more polite way to tell someone, not tell someone off, but like, hey man, quit being a jerk. That kind of a thing. I noticed we don't have any real ramps here. I was hoping to bulldoze all this and flatten this. High supply of fertilizer. Ammonia's on the way. Did we deplete through all that sweet ammonia? We did. Yeah, jerky turkey. I don't know, it's like I was saying before, like, it's too easy to swear, right? Everyone knows all the swears. Swears are uncreative way to yell at someone. It's a boring, uncreative way to yell at someone or call someone names or whatever. I like to come up with fun, random new things like jerky turkey. Okay, this needs to do a little bit of fanciness, a little bit of fanciness right here, right there, and right there. Nope, not 3. That's what I want. That'll be our ramp. That'll ramp us to victory. I'll still get the low level I want. We'll still move maintenance over. I left this purposefully here so we could still load up on those sweet recyclables. Ah. What are you doing? Don't put dirt on my research facility. Speaking of which, none of that is being worked right now. There's no point in even having it online. Actually, will it use power? No, it's not technically using the power. It is, however, using 80 workers. We have those, like, not swear mash words in Polish, like butterfly leg. That's what I'm gonna call someone tomorrow. I'm gonna go to someone's house or whatever, and anytime anyone's being snippy at all, someone's being a real butterfly leg. Someone's being a real tangerine guy. I don't know. It's just, yeah, that's more fun to me now. You know, it's been, I get, like, in the moment, cursing makes a lot of sense because you're trying to get a very succinct point across, and swearing makes sense because everyone understands. Like, you understand how severe the situation is if I drop F-bombs, right? Like, we all know what the word is. But it's way more fun and articulate if I could be like, what is it? Gorsh, Dorn, chicken foot. Yeah. Oh, man, you see Jeremy today? He's being a real chicken foot. You know what I'm saying? No. I don't know what you're saying, but I like that. This... Turkey jerky. Yeah, just... does it have to make sense? No, and that's half the fun of it. That's literally half the fun of it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this road back. That's a ramp. I don't know why that's ramped. Can I don't know if someone's going to actually get this out of here. You can get this out of here? Someone going to get this out of here? Having a jump in the middle of the road sounds awesome, but I don't think that's what we want for stability or whatever. It sounds like bad for stability. Oh, you gonna get rid of it? You gonna get rid of it? You gonna get rid of it? Are you going to get rid of it? Is someone going to get rid of it? I know how to get rid of this, and I don't want to because it'll just delete the square. I'll give someone a minute. I'm sure they're busy. Being real jerky turkeys. That sounds like something like it's a movie you show to like grade school kids about not bullying and not being rude or whatever. But it's all dumbed down. It's like, hey kids, don't be a bully. JohnMegacycle says so. But being a bully's not fun. And it's not funny either. You know, whatever. Be respectful. But instead of all that language, it's like, don't. Hey, I'm Johnny's a jerky turkey. Don't be a jerky turkey. That's how it works. It's dumb and it's light and it's fun, and this is how I get less viewers. In the Megacycle Entertainment Discord server, I've got the Megacycle Entertainment bot, and there's a chance that noon Central Standard Time, he'll just say a random phrase I put into the thing. I put, like, there's like 20 phrases he has, and there's like a 5% chance he'll just say something at noon. It's just a fun little thing. And one of the phrases he'll say is, and that's how we get less members on this server. And the thing is, like, it's not in context of anything. It's not AI or anything. It's literally at noon, possibly say a message. And what's funny about that is, if it does, and someone says something beforehand, and then the bot is like, well, that's how we get less members. It's very funny. It's very funny. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down again. I don't need any of this. Thanks for playing. My grandfather, like, one phrase to say, so that the little ducklings would get there and trample on it. Also not swearing. A little, yeah, graphic, but not swearing. I like that. That's more fun to me than, oh, you blankety blank blank with all the blank sauce or whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to squeeze you all the way there as far as I can. If I want, I could add another maintenance, right? Now, we do have a different kind of maintenance later. We have something called maintenance 2. How do we do maintenance 2? There is a maintenance level 2. I guess I don't know about it right now. Let's open up that G. Maintenance. Maintenance? Oh, I spelled it right. There's actually a maintenance level 3. So what I want to know is it the same depot? No, it's a maintenance level 3 depot. This is a maintenance 2 depot. The maintenance 2 depot doesn't seem to be able to make level 1 maintenance. Okay, so that's fine. That changes what I want to do a little bit. So I'll have to do... Oh, what was it again? Crap. Nope. Hitting all the wrong buttons, very smart-like. Mech parts and electronics. Okay, that's actually perfect. So here's one. We'll put 2. We'll butt 2 right there, and then we'll put electronics, blah, 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 right there. Perfect. Okay, this works out great. I can make this work for the room I have available. Should I reverse this? Hold on. I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to reverse this because... There we go. I'm going to reverse this because the other maintenance things will dump into this. So this is going to look like this. Go away. This is great. Trust me. So then I'm going to paste maintenance 2, whatever. Maintenance 2 is going to be here, and it's also going to dump into this thing. Yeah. This also is flat. Ah, it's so good. Oh my god. Okay. Back to this. Do you dorks have a way to get out? You don't. You do. You do kind of. Hold on. You do kind of. We're gonna go ahead and make this not terrible. Turkey jerky is also, now that I think about it, turkey jerky is what you call beef jerky that is not made out of beef. So it's turkey. It's turkey jerky, right? So you could say, hey, don't be a jerky turkey, have some turkey jerky. You know, like if someone's like low blood sugar kind of a thing, like I get on the regular. What is this? What height is this? This is 2. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. So if someone's low blood sugar and being a jerk because of it, you could say that, hey, don't be a jerky turkey, have some turkey jerky. God, that's hard to say, but it's fun. I like it. No one, you know, it's silly. It's silly language. Hi, I'm JohnMegacycle. Join me for another episode of Silly Language. We're gonna come across like this. Is right there. And we're going to connect right there. And we're going to connect right... Oh, it's too short. Man. There? There we go. All right, there's the apples. There's the... instead of cursing, there's the apples. That's... Cannot find valid pillars placement. That's your problem, mate. Really? Okay. What if... There, I'm really glad we had this conversation. Okay, that's getting built. This is getting built. I have a fair amount of construction materials. It's at this stage I'd probably be like, you know what, I should probably just wait for more Matties. More Matty aerials, which is how I'm saying materials now. Matty aerials. There's that. Yeah, I like it. Go ahead. We're also going to disassemble one of you and that. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put this on slow-mo right there. I'm going to leave it right here. I need to get some water. I realized I didn't bring any water with me to the stream. So I'll be back in just 2 minutes. And back. I also found a little more coffee. Really happy about that. Go away, go away. All this. All that can just go away. Cool. Alright. Maintenance online. Looks good. What happened? Mind control has no things. Yep. It's fine, thanks. I supply fertilizer. Yep. I might purge it out the same way I do this. How much is in the pipe? None. How much is in the bins? None. Okay, cool. So here's what we'll do. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do... that. We're gonna pause this guy. This is gonna be organic fertilizer. And we'll do a quick purge. And then I'll shut it off. Ideally, I want to turn as much of the organic fertilizer into fertilizer level 1. It performs better. It performs better. It has a higher working limit for how high it can go, fertilization-wise. It also is worth more per item. It's worth twice as much, I think. Organic fertilizer gives us 1% per unit of fertilizer. Fertilizer level 1 gives us 2. So it's literally twice as effective. So I don't want to do this too often. But we could do a quick purge. Am I out of construction mark 2 stuff? No, I got 100 sitting around somewhere. Okay, these are looking a lot better. Okay, we'll do a quick purge of that. Yep, that coffee lasted entire seconds. I put it in my face and I went num 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 num, and then I was out of coffee. That's how eating works. If ever I have to explain how eating works to like an android or something, human, biological creature, explain to me how you consume nutrients to supply blah blah blah. I'll be like, okay, here's what I do. I get a sandwich and I put it near my face. And then I go, yum, 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 yum. And then it disappears. It's gone. The sandwich is gone. And that's what my body needs to stay healthy. There you go. You're welcome, android person I just made up. Enjoy. I'm going to shut this off. Because again, this is a quick purge. I don't want to... you should have a limit of when you're full. Nope, wrong one. Thanks. Because if I forget to shut this off, this could be full and not being pushed to the line. What's going to happen is this is going to finish. No trucks are on the way. I'm going to... probably just leave it. But I'm going to pause this. I'm going to unpause this. That will push the next level of stuff to the line once this is all purged out. Not the belt. The pipe is really, really long. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see. So there's a lot of distance to cover. This is all pipe level 2, so it takes just a second or two for that to get flushed. There you go. That took care of that. No problem. No problemos. Now, the thing I wanted to give a care about is silicon poly and PCB. Gonna turn it into electronics for you and me. So for sake of argument, that's what it's going to look like. That's the maintenance Mark II. We're not there yet. But what I want to do is I want to make sure we have enough space. So that's what it'll look like space-wise. So I can use all this bric-a-brac for all the things. So this is going to be your silicon poly, which is a solid. Yep. Silicon poly. I have electronics here. And I have PCBs here. Perfect. So you're going to move over 1 square. You're going to silicon poly up the joint. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. RESPCT is the song I was going for, but how do you do it? SILICON poly. Find out what it means to me. It is called silicon poly. Oh my god, that's tough. I'm looking for electronics level 2. There you are. So the game finds this important for us to understand how to make this naturally, because the next logical step is going to be maintenance level 2. Maintenance level 2 is what is going to be needed for, I think, like mega vehicles and the advanced power plants and stuff like that. We have a bit of a haul from our adventures. We have some electronics level 2 and electronics level 3, but that will not last forever. So it's important that we get to a point where the game understands and we understand that we are at a point where we're actually producing this mumbo jumbo on our own. So let's see here. How do I want this to function? Well, I guess this is the farthest I can go, because bubba-dubba-dubba-dub. This is going to come down like this and get plugged in. This is going to come out like this and go all the way out here and get plugged in somewhere. Actually, I could plug this in backwards and it would be just fine. I'll plug this in backwards. We'll go from here and down, and that'll be easier, I think. Now, for the ins, I need silicon poly, right? I need PCBs, right? Uh-oh, chickens in Congress again. I can actually butt this up a little bit. Not there. Right about there. Is that level with the front? It's level with the front, and it's level with the back. I'm just going to paste 4 of these. I don't know how many I want to build. I don't know how many. Mumbo Jumbo. Mumbo Jumbo is another way to say, like, you're talking nonsense or whatever. Oh, wow, what is this Mumbo Jumbo? I wonder what that comes from. Like, I know it's like some phrase, but, like, I wonder if... I don't know, like, what language, maybe. Because that's a fun thing about, like, language, especially, like, English, is there's a lot of influences from other languages. For example, pajamas. Pajamas is a root French word. So it's kind of interesting to hear different words and stuff, and different tongues and different nomenclatures, and, like, where slang comes from, and where odd phrases might have been generated. So it's always... I'm always curious. I wonder where... oh, the bots are here. Hello, bot. Hello, bot. 2? Can we go for 3? That's 3. Hey, hat trick of being bots. Boop. Bots don't make any sense to me why Twitch allows them to exist. Because anytime someone sends a message, right? Anytime someone sends a message, what has to happen is the message gets sent from the client, whatever it is. If it's an Android app or the web page or whatever, it goes to Twitch. Twitch then has to receive that message and send it out. So Twitch itself gets first dibs on messages. By the time it hits my channel, it's already passed multiple checks. Multiple checks. Or it has the possibility of passing multiple checks, I should say. There's multiple times it could have been caught, but it isn't. I don't know why they don't step in and be like, yeah, how about don't be a ding-dong? Stop that. Because they could catch it real quick, and that could be that. Anyway, how much silicon poly are we making? 18. 36. We're making way too much poly. Holy crap. That's awesome. Where are the PCBs being made? How many am I making? 12? So 2 of these online make sense. So I'm going to pause you. Build this all out, please. But I'm going to pause 2 of you. I want 2 of you running. We're going to make 12. That can go away. I don't need that anymore. I don't need electronics for the next whatever. It's literally just for maintenance and proof that I can make a thing. Yeah, so this was gonna come over. I might tighten... I'm gonna tighten this up a bit. I keep changing my mind on how I want to do this. I'm gonna tighten it up like... that. Okay, let's do a little bit of finagling before we really call that production. So there, there, there. Okay, as long as it's not connecting. Too close to another flat connector. Ah, you're right. Oh, sad noises. Why? My hubris. Can you do it anyway? You can't do it anyway. Oh, butts, man. Okay, well, I was hoping to make this a little more compact, but it's fine. We'll pull this out one square. It's totally fine. I'm not mad. You're mad. Being a real jerky turkey about it. What did we say before? Jerky turkey. Being a real jerky turkey about it. Okay, so there's that. My idea was, originally, is I was going to raise up one level and cut across like this, and then feed it, but there's no point now. I just finagle my way through real easily, like. This is too far for trucks to get in anyway, so it doesn't bleepin' matter. So, there you go. There's that. And we needed what for maintenance level 2? I don't know it yet, but I will. It's mechanical parts and... oh, I need way more electronics level 2. Why are these two separate... oh, recycling. Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll ramp up as we go, but the other answer is mech parts. Now, the unfortunate thing is mech parts here are on a different level entirely. So we're going to do this. We're going to remove that. We're going to grab this guy right here. Nope. Go down one. Thank you. We're going to grab this guy. And at about here, we're going to go up. Right there. Nope. 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 Okay. That was tough. That was tough for reasons. Okay, that works out pretty good. If I want to add a few more of these guys, I can. That's the idea there. If I want to add a few more of those guys, I can. I'm not adding these. These are mute. These are moot. These are just placeholders for the Mark IIs we're going to build. Okay. Right. This goes away. Down to here. Let's... there is an owl that I've lived here. I've lived here at this location for like 11 years now. And I know what an owl sounds like. Believe me, I understand what an owl sounds like. I've heard them before. I know what they sound like. There's one owl here, though, over yesterday and today that's been losing his mind. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I'm amazed it's not being picked up through the microphone. And maybe I have the window shut. I have the curtains drawn. Like I wanted it a little low vibe, chill, dark this morning, and yeah, I can hear an owl just through my headset. Just hoot. I screwed something up. What did I screw up? Flat lift? Oh, I used the wrong lift. Isn't that cute? But it's wrong! Okay. So, silicon poly is going to come in. PCB. We're also missing electronics. So there's one more piece to this puzzle. Before I get too excited about things. That looks like that. No. Nope. Wrong. Well, isn't that cute? But it's wrong. Yeah, that's how that goes. Oh, what? Are electronics loose? No, electronics are flat. Okay, I did something stupid and wrong again. I did. You can tell. You can tell when the coffee is still not in my system yet. Maybe you can't. I can. I can tell when coffee is still not in my system yet. So this is height of 1. We'll get about here and we'll height of 2 this thing. Nope. What the problem is? Okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, that is our... that is our system. Look at that, huh? That is unleashed. And can be built. That's not being built right now. That's not being built right now. This... What happened to this? Something happened to this, and I'm not too sure what it was. It was important, probably. Don't build... Oh, I think this came out to, like, here. And then it came across. And then it came up. I think that was the deal. And I wanted to trim out some space because silicon poly. My baby silicon poly. This can be resumed. And then we're going to turn on all of our research, and then our power plant is going to go like red alert and command and conquer. It's going to go low power. And I'm going to be like, no, I needed that power to power things. That's how I imagine old Parliament with the wigs. And the everything, the powdered faces, and prepare for Parliament. To just imagine a bunch of old men going, which is where I got my chicken thing from when I was like, oh, chickens in Congress. I have fun. I'm what is known as a world builder. I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons growing up. High school, a little bit in college as well. I was usually the Dungeon Master or the DM, or in other games called the GM, the Game Master. So what that usually put me in a position for was trying to think on my feet more often than a person normally would have to. I wouldn't say like, yeah, I was the greatest. Like, that's not where I'm coming from. But like, I always try to think of like, when I hear a story or an explanation of a thing, I'm always like, well, why does that happen? Why is that a thing? And then when I really think about it, it's a lot of fun. So like whenever I hear something, I'm like, well, why does that happen? I'd be like, I bet you I know why that happens. And I come up with some dumb example or dumb story or something. I'm like, I'll tell you why that happens. Just like, John, what are you talking about? I don't know. I need to turn this on. I need very basic parts. I don't have very basic parts. Okay, let's just... I'm going to stockpile some Tech 2 stuff. The way in which I got past this problem I'm having, where the Tech 2 stuff is being eaten by the Tech 3, is I had a separate storage that was bifurcated. So I would have another storage right here, for example. Just bear with me. It won't fit, but bear with me. And I would say, half of this goes to this storage. This storage goes nowhere. This feeds no other processes at all. And the benefit was that if all my T2 was tapped out by my T3, it doesn't matter if this box would still persist. Persist sounds good. Yeah, bear. I think it's B-A-E-R? No, B-A-R-E. Bear with me? Bear. Rawr! Bear with me! Take off your shirt, raise your fist in the air, and go eat a sheep. Rah! Bear with me. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we are aiming for a lifetime production of 20 things. I wonder if it'll tell me, hey, congratulations, Jingle Farm, you made the thing. How much of this do you consume? 12? So that's fast enough. It just has to catch up. We stopped getting goals a long time ago, and I didn't need a goal or a reward or anything from it, but it would be cool if it was like, hey, by the way, cue the Final Fantasy victory music. Okay, that's all done. That's all good. That's all good. I shut that off because I don't need it. I'm sure you... Oh! Low concrete slab. Oh, yeah. I was low on power and I shut all this off. That was also fine because I had a boatload of excess materials I was trying to get rid of. I don't know if we got rid of any of it. Nope. And nope. And I didn't really try that hard. If I'm going to be honest with it, I wasn't really trying that hard. Okay, this is about full-ish. There. Just turn more stuff on, get more stuff rolling. Okay, that'll even the odds. Now, let's take a look at our tech. We didn't get an announcement. We didn't get anything. I think that would be something that'd be really cool. Especially for someone who wasn't paying attention. Me. Okay, Research Lab 3 is right here. So, offices, household appliances, solar panels, power generation. We're going to do power generation, which is going to require the higher level of maintenance. Solar panels, household appliances, offices, statue of maintenance. And then level 3 research labs, which also need those second level circuits. So we'll eventually ramp up. What I want is better power before I really dive into any of them shenanigans. It's one of my favorite concepts is you have molten material on the field, just exposed to rain and stuff, and that's fine. Rain ain't got nothing on molten materials. It's just going to sit there. It's always going to be forever molten. For abstraction's sake or whatever sake, the game does not penalize you for, you know, not having a bunch of stuff ready. And here we go. Now the research. One thing I'd like to do before we get too far into that. Oh, I already had that. Okay. Well, I didn't realize I already set that up. Look at me being smart and thinking stuff ahead. We can go up to... What does 4 do? 45%? If I'm really hurting for research, maybe I would. But that's a lot of cost. We are making recycling all day, all night. I've left this thing on for this purpose all day, all night. I probably don't need to crunch it anymore. The main reason for the crunching was to further compact it, and so that way I was just turning this on and off when I needed. So I'll just set it off right now. What I'd like to do is I'd like to pull this out, put this somewhere else, and do more with it. But for right now, it's just going to have to be there. But we'll get a notice when it's too full. We'll get a notice to turn it on, and that'll be that. I should also put a notice when it's empty, maybe. No. This thing can actually hold a lot of this compressed stuff. That doesn't really help. I'm not going to bother. What happened? We're out of something. What are we out of? Tech 1s. Oh, I never plugged you guys in. Damn it. Alright. You got me. You got me. You got me. Alright. What do you need? I'm sorry. Oh, wait. I have a bunch of Tech 1 stuff, don't I? A bunch of Tech 2? Can you just grab a bunch of Tech 2? I'm going to hang on to you. I still need to plug in the Tech 1 stuff, but still. This is mech parts and electronics. Mech parts and electronics. Look at that. Look at me remembering a thing. Haha! Smart boy. Who's a smart boy? I'm a smart boy. Okay. No mining and it's mining. This is copper. Okay. We're getting closer to me wanting to dig down. Come on over here. What is the limit? Where are we at? Yeah, that seems like a reasonable thing to want for myself. Start chopping through that. Thank you. There we go. It just got some parts. Anytime I can bleed out some of the stuff that's sitting in the depot, that's good stuff. Okay, this is gonna come like this. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. What do I need? One? One is more than enough. So this is going to come across like this. And we'll forcefully place the pylons. There you go. Easy stuff, yeah? If you could, this is the wrong lift. Dang it! Dang it to dang it to... Okay, just stand there for now. Go away. Flat. Sweet gibbers, I keep getting that wrong all the time. Rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. There we go. You. Talk to that thing. No. Oh, God. Come down like one square. Thank you. That's all I wanted for Christmas. Holy cripes. Okay. Good. Productionify this thing. Alright. Now I need another one. Right here. And then I need another one. Right here. This is going to be a little different, actually. So don't copy that. I want this to go up one. 1, 2, 3. Should be right there. Now this actually will just be right perfect. Yep. Thank you. Yeah. Good. I don't know why that got complicated, but it got complicated hard. It got complicated real fast. Okay, perfect. Thank you. And thank you. I'm always an appreciative kind of guy. It's easier to be thankful than angry, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it is. Okay, you got a little more lab equipment we can get rid of. Okay, we're getting a fair amount of recycling there. I also want to pull this recycling into here. So we're going to do that real fast, like. We're going to do loose. You lift. And we're gonna do this. Level 1 should be fine. Sorry, I got the hiccups. That's it. That's all this has to do. That further removes truck work. And, yeah, truck's empty if above a thing, but that shouldn't happen anyway, so that's fine. Okay, we got the last of the science materials somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm gonna wait until it says, hey man, I'm not getting any stuff. It's gonna be real quick here. Okay, I think you've gotten all the things, and it's empty, and now do not import. Perfect. Thanks, go away. Okay, yep, that's a lot of recycling. So how much recycling? 12. These four together make 48. This makes way too much. This needs to be a level 2. This needs to be a level 2. This needs to be a level 2. And I think I already have this as a level 2. Yeah, because our old research... we had a different process bringing in from this way over here. So that makes sense why that was a thing. That makes sense why that was a thing. Bum bum bum. Okay, research is happening at a regular rate. This is twice as strong as we had before. I was a little iffy on stuff before because I think I had dips in power. I didn't have our next gen power setup, which is this bad mammer jammer. Mammer jammer. This is running, yep, that irregular amount. Getting rid, oh, hold up. Hold up. Oh, wait, you're also waiting on water, aren't you? Yeah, you're waiting on excess water, which is going to happen some's the time. I'm going to pause this. Yep. I have 2 systems that are non-priority. This is actually bleeding back out into the mains, which I don't need that to happen. I need water here. We should be getting excess water, though. I'm kind of confused as to why we aren't. Not enough space. Oh, this has to be a level 2 pipe. Yep. It's literally not evacuating quickly enough. It was enough for the system I needed, but it's not getting into this balancer fast enough. So, okay, in, priority out. Out priority, this is off. Yep, perfect. I screwed something up here. For God's sake, do you see this? This one little dimple. Yep, okay. Well, this has never fired. It's not even not firing infrequently. It's never fired. Okay. So the idea of this whole system is this keeps our primary power running. I added another burner so we can get rid of the fuel gas. The fuel gas is kicking in more steam. That steam is going here as a primary. It primarily goes to our power. It also... Yeah, thanks. Nice job. Thanks, buddy. It also, sums the time, goes here and is getting used up by this thing. So this was just another supplemental resource I had that I didn't need a lot of. That'll burn through all that fuel gas. Maybe we'll get a little extra power. That'd be nice. That would be nice. We're looking very good on wood. Here's what I'm going to do. Instead of completely shutting down our coal, I'm going to power off half of our char burners. Actually, let's power off this half. Y'all can come online. So it's 4 running instead of our usual 8. We'll keep slowly producing coal, and that would be nice. We're already halfway through construction level 4. Dang. Okay, how are we on bread? Good, bread, good, bread, good. This is another really great example of what a death spiral can be. And I talked about death spirals before. There's a couple of folks that on my YouTube channel have been like, I don't understand the concept of a death spiral. So I'll talk about it a little more. Death spiral is slang for when some process fails, other processes also fail because of it. A really great example of stuff. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Okay. A really great example of that is stuff that requires power. Electrical power. So let's talk about that. If we run out of power here, if this power shuts off, thank you. If this power shuts off, one of the things that will fail is our new spanky new arc furnace, which takes 4 megawatts. If I can't produce the silicon poly, I also can't produce PCBs. That means I can't produce electronics, and if I can't produce electronics, I can't produce maintenance, right? So this is a death spiral. Once I can't produce maintenance, everything else crashes because things will just stop working. That's how maintenance works in this game. It has to be working all the time. We're gonna upgrade that. I'll just pay for it. Thanks. So that's a idea of a death spiral. One process fails, other processes fail. You can kind of help yourself with that by putting these alerts in check. That's a bad example. This is an alert for when you're low, let me know so I could do something about it. Having buffers is a great way to handle a death spiral. Food is a very interesting concept. So this is what I wanted to talk about. This is the food market we have here. This has a display of all the materials we have in each of the storage areas. how much is being consumed, and how much we have in supply, storage of, and Unity produced. The way this works, and I explained this before, is everyone comes to the table with an empty plate. And no matter how much variety you're providing, that plate is always going to be full. When you start the game off, you just have potatoes, right? People are they're coming, they're getting a full plate of potatoes, and that's it. A full potato meal. When you add corn, half of their meal is potatoes, half of their meal is corn. They're still eating one plate of food. They're not eating twice the potato. They're not eating a full plate of potatoes and a full plate of corn. So this means that you're producing less. You need to produce less per item. We've added bread to the equation, and that means now from the carbs portion of what's on their plate, it's broken between 3 categories. So I have to produce very little bread to make the process work, and I ramped up way too damn hard. What are you waiting on? Oh, we're full of animal feed. Okay, let's get that figured out in a second. So what happens here is if you run out of a product, it pushes the demand onto other things. You're also not getting Unity. So a food death spiral is devastating. Sorry, my allergies are absolutely killing me today. I have to mute on OBS. I have to do what I need to do, and then I unmute it, and yeah, it's... So if there's long delays of me not talking, it's probably because I'm trying to not sneeze into the microphone. So this is an example of what a death spiral can be, and this is devastating, like I said, because if we run out of corn and bread, let's say, then potatoes have to pick up the slack in terms of carbs. We have to produce way more potatoes, and if we're not producing way more potatoes, that's an issue. So that's kind of how that can be a real problem. So we have to be mindful about how we do death spirals and stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to actively pause this and pause, not that one. Actually, is it that one? It is that one. I'm going to pause this one so we're not feeding into this anymore. And I'm going to say, just make sure we keep this full all the time. So that's going to work out its bit. This isn't going to take care of everything I need. So we're going to say, make sure you tell me if you're less than... No, don't tell me anything. This is what I want to know, if it's less than 50%. So I can turn this stuff back on. Less than... 25% is fine. And it's a level 2? Gonna be a level 2 now. Okay. Good deal. So as we play the game, it's really important that we take care of these death spirals. In games like Factorio, you don't have to take care of a population. So there's less ways for death spiraling to happen, and the death spirals are tighter. Most of the death spirals are power-based. So here's a good example. You have a laser defensive wall, and your power plant goes offline. Okay. Well, if you're not near the power plant, you can't do anything about it. Maybe you harvest some coal manually or something. You do it that way. Or maybe you just disconnect most of your assembly machines to make sure that the defensive grid stays online. Whatever. Those death spirals are a lot tighter. There's only like 1 or 2 things that have to fail for it to happen. This game has a bit more of a cascading effect, is how I would say it. I don't know why... 2448. Okay, what are you waiting on? Part 1s. What are you waiting on? Gears. 32 should be the speed. We're just low on gears in general. Okay. I ramp up production because I can. I want you to let me know if you're ever less than 25%. You're also empty. Less than 25%. Instead of ramping up production to meet demand that critically, I'm going to do something like this. I'm just going to cool demand a little bit. And we're going to do that. Yep. Because I haven't rebuilt my power grid yet. Looks like this might have to be a shorter stream for me. I might have to kick off in about 2.5 hours. When did you hear from... I got some news. I want to make sure if they need me to do stuff. Some family stuff. I'll just make it like that. Nothing critical, but I did offer like, hey, I'll be there, whatever you need, kind of a thing. I'm local, so I can be active. So this might be a shorter stream. Hydrate and stretch. Thank you. Okay, I brought all these drinks here for me to drink. There's some electrolyte sauce. There's some water. And a big old bear stretch. Because that's apparently the theme right now. Ooh, being a bear. We're also out of copper. How is copper coming along? We're out. Aren't you supposed to be telling me? Empty. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I have not revamped our copper production. How's iron? Full to the gills. We have iron coming over. I could take that and plug that in here. Save me a little bit of time. Let's see. This is 200 every 60. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 9 is 72. 30, 60, 90 plus 72 is 160. So I could keep most of this online belt fed without that much of a problem. There's also delays. This stuff isn't going to be running all the time. 5 is fine. Oh, nope, I was fine with that. Yep, height of 5. Thank you. 5 is fine. Good day, friend called 5. Happy to see you again. Don't take iron from here. That's stupid. Oh, you know what? You can take iron from here. Keep it full like that. Don't bring me stuff, though. Because we're about to make this not dumb. I have to support the Midwest. It is vital. There's a picture I saw. I'll send it to you. For those who have ever played Skyrim, it's funny. I'll get it. Or at least Elder Scrolls, maybe. Like, maybe that's just enough. I gotta find it now. Basically, whenever you make a character using a sign they are born under, and you choose a fantasy race, so they're not all like elf, dwarf, human, but like think of it like that. But also born under a sign. I gotta find the thing now, and I'll send it to you. Anyway, the way this one goes down is... I'm gonna pause for a second while I do this. Those born under the Wisconsin sign can drink twice as much alcohol. Where did I put that? Ah, here it is. Yeah, characters born under the Wisconsin sign can drink twice as much alcohol. Don't drink and drive, kids. Or adults. But still funny. Okay, friend. Alt 5. There you are. Blurt. Yeah. Dovahkiin, exactly, yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. I have drank a fortified beverage. I've been known to enjoy... When anyone says, are you spiritual, John? Are you spiritual? I'm like, in a way, I've consumed some spirits. Nom. Okay, wait, what's the problem with this? What? Okay. No compatible sorting plant. What are you missing? Coal? Slag? Slag. Okay, someone dumped slag in here. There. Happy? Cool. One thing done. Low supply of mech parts, low supply of everything else. That's what I'm working on. This doesn't seem to be... Hold on. I did a dumb. This is steel. This isn't iron. No! I grabbed the wrong thing. Where's the iron? Oh, son of a biscuit. Oh, my intentions were pure. But my decisions were made out of butts. Okay. It's fine. Delete that. And that's fine, because that's still serving a purpose. Trucks, I summon you. Quick remove all this stuff. Quick remove my mistakes. Purify this line. Oh, that was fast. Holy crap. Okay, I thought this was going to be like an event. Butts with no pants. That is definitely my Bruce Springsteen cover band or something. No, who did no jacket required? Who was that? This is a U-lift. Crap, now I can't remember bands anymore. I'm hungry already. Dang it. It doesn't matter. Alright. Now it'll get the material it needs without me being a ding-dong about it. Low supply of mechanical parts. Baby, I am working on it. That's the band girl. That's a band everyone loves. That's the universal appeal. Everyone's got a butt. That's the universal appeal, right? Ensure everyone... Oh, I see. I see where you went. Phil Collins, thank you. And then also, like, other named band or album titles, like, you know, Straight No Chaser, No Jacket Required. These are all just layouts for clothing. What am I trying to get at? That doesn't matter. I don't know where I was going with any of that. Okay, so this is going to cut down a lot of our truck throughput. I could honestly probably axe 20 of my trucks and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I want them around, though, so I can do my pet projects and my other stuffs. So this gets axed. Now, can you be upgraded? No. Maintenance is regarded as two separate entities for each type. So you have a depot that's making tech level 1 or maintenance level 1 items. You also have maintenance depots that are making maintenance level 2 items. So where's my... Is it buildings? No, I keep forgetting where the crap this is. I would think it under logistics, but nope. Oh, it's on... Hold on. It's under production maintenance. Aha! I found it. Frickin'. You thought you'd get away from me, did ya? Next time, Gadget. Next time. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh gosh, I haven't had that in my head in like an entire minute. Inspector Gadget. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boo. My favorite introductions for cartoons are always the ones that are just the name of the person over and over and over again. So I'll give you an example. Inspector Gadget is a cartoon from the 90s. It's about a cop who isn't a robot, and he's got a niece, and the niece has a dog, and it's wacky, crime fight, whatever. The theme song is literally the word Inspector Gadget over and over and over and over again, and go Gadget go. That's it. That's like my favorite. It's just like, whatever. I also really like the ones that try to pack the entire story as if this is the first time you're ever seeing it. Okay, Nightbot, thanks for being real proactive about stuff. Yeah, I was getting to that, yep. There's the one that... okay, so I'll talk about that one. So there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which also has like a bit of story. It introduces all the characters, which is another one of my funny little gripes, is like everyone else has a thing. What, Raphael's the muscle, Leonardo's the leadership, Donatello builds machines, Michelangelo is quote-unquote a party dude, and that's it. That's all Michelangelo does. He's a party dude. That's it. It's just like, alright. My other favorite one is like the one that tries to cram absolutely everything into the intro. What got jammed here? Something's jammed here. Oh, wheat. Wheat is jammed here because this is the tail end of the process. That's unfortunate. So it's only actually using one grinder. That should free up kind of quick, though. Yeah, there we go. Once corn gets in, now it'll start using the whole thing. Yeah, all right. We're overproducing wheat. Not the big surprise. So what was I trying to say? Oh, Ben 10 is one that tries to cram maybe a little too much information into it, but it's still it's a banger of an intro for sure. I don't think I've ever seen the show. I think someone showed me the intro one time, and I'm like, man, that intro slaps. And that was like it. There are also intros that don't say anything, which is also really great. Owl House doesn't say anything. There's no words to Owl House, the intro. It's just very whimsical music, regular anime stylized intro, a lot of action going on, yeah. But like that's it. I don't know what would be my favorite, but like there's just, I don't know, interesting decision trees, I guess is where that's all at. Okay, low supply of animal feed. You should be just... Oh, no, that's wheat. You should be purging. You are purging. Cool. All right, so we're going to keep corn going on in this process. Again, we're already doing that up here. We're already trying to sift off what's extra. But this will be fine. I need to move this process up there to make animal feed. But I haven't done that yet. Right, we have the new maintenance stuffs. Oh, I need construction parts Mark IV. Boo, I wasn't ready for that. Okay. How do level 4? Oh, these vehicles and machines can't do level 4. Rebel, scrubble, bramble, scramble. Okay. That's fine. Assembly... Oh, these are all assembly level 2s. Yeah, which was already a strong upgrade from what I already had. Assembly level 3s requires electronics. Not big surprise. So we're going to design it the exact same way. Not exact same, but what I could do is I could just nuke that. I'm going to straight up grab this. And I'm not going to build the whole thing. No way, I can't afford that. It's way too rich. So there's that. That goes away. This does get plugged in, though. This is going to be electronics, Mark II. Have me a little? How much do you need? These are all going to change. Blurp. And this. This is some next-gen stuff for sure. Right there? Yeah. Yep. Anytime I say yep too often, I also think of, was it Sesame Street? The Martians? Yup. Uh-huh. Right? I think that's it. Bone. Yup. I think that's what that's from. Sesame Street? Chicken. Yup. There's an old RTS, old real-time strategy game called Yuri's Revenge and Command & Conquer General Zero Hour, and I bring these up because they both have a vehicle called the Gatling Tank. And with the Gatling Tank, it's a Gatling cannon. It's good for anti-air and infantry, and it spins up. It's a big barrel. It's a big, I don't know how else to say a Gatling gun. A Gatling gun is several small barrels in succession, like 8 or 12 or whatever, and this thing spins. And the idea of the spinning is you can keep firing continuously. You're not overheating a barrel in a gun style. So the reason I bring those up is these are funny because these tools, these guns, have to spin up to get to full power. And I always wanted to mod in the game the Martians into that. So like whenever the cannon starts to spin up, it's like, and it has like this high-pitched whine kind of, you get the idea. But instead it would be the Martians from Sesame Street. Yup, 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 just like so stupid. Oh, okay. That's my kind of modding. My modding is non-game changing, non-game breaking, very stupid audio, visual, sensory stuff. That's where my humor, my jokes are. That's 100% where I'm at as a person. As an individual, that's where I'm at. That's where I excel, quote unquote. Okay, we're gonna be out of construction materials, but if you can go ahead and build this, that'd be great. These are not ready to be built, and I'm also pausing them, so in case I build them, I'm not turning them on. These are expense. Not terribly so, but they are expense. I could pull these electronics over here, but this process requires so few electronics, a truck or two is going to make just as much sense. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages, there we go. When it slaps it on, it's making its very first Tech Level 4 construction materials. They're called construction material 4s or whatever. I call them tech levels. I've talked about that before, why I call things tech levels, because I played a lot of... Hey! Well, I mean, I also probably played a lot of games, but played a lot of... Hey! I played a lot of games like Total Annihilation, Supreme Commander, Planetary Annihilation, Zero K, Beyond All Reason. Also regular real-time strategy games like Command & Conquer, Warcraft, StarCraft. The list goes on. Regular turn-based games, Deadlock, Deadlock 2, other real-time strategy games, Utopia, K240, Fragile Allegiance, just the list goes on and on. And the way in which these games mostly dictate the strength of a unit or the capability of a unit is based on its tech level. How much knowledge do you need? How much research, how much whatever has to be done before you can actually use this unit? And it's called a tech level. It's generally called a tech level, short for technology level. So whenever I talk about this, I usually call things a tech level. And that's the level of scientific prowess required for stuff to get done. So that's where that all comes in. We are now making maintenance level 2. We're not actively using any of it. It says 0 of 60. So what's going to happen is this is going to build up its own thing, and then it's just going to stop. So again, maintenance builds into, like, think of a basin or a bathtub or whatever filled with maintenance. Whatever that means in your head. Wrenches, gears, sprockets, bubblegum, Toblerone, whatever. Bubblegum, comma, Toblerone. 2 separate items. Bubblegum, Toblerone sounds terrible. Maybe. I don't know. We're low on copper. Are we actually low on rubber? No. You're actually providing as much as you need. We're going to have to redo copper. But what we want to display is output full. And now nothing's happening. So there's that. Okay. We have a couple of things we need to do. We have level 2 high pressure turbine new power generation. This takes the new kind of maintenance. It produces twice as much. And by produces twice as much, I mean it's worth 2 of these high pressure turbines. So we could have 2 of these guys at 3.4 level 1 maintenance. One of these guys at 1.7 level 2 maintenance. I want to be careful as to how much level 2 maintenance we use. That's the low pressure turbine. Same thing. It's literally, you can see the math, right? It's just multiplied by 2. Not that tough. This is also a large power generator. Times 6. So this is 3 to 2. So how many times does 3 go into 18? It goes 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. So this should be 18 to 12, but this actually produces 3 more megawatts. So this is very strong. 18. I would need a high pressure and a low pressure combined. So actually our new blueprint that I designed before, I'll have to bring it out because I didn't paste it. This one with the longer shaft, with this longer bit right here, this makes sense for the new power generation setup. So that would be big ups. That'd be big ups. What else I need to do is work on copper. We are not doing super great on copper anymore. When we get to this part of the game, when we have to make electronics for multiple things, that makes perfect sense why we're low on stuff. So let's just take a gander. I kind of want to get a better idea of how low we are on stuff. Love that lack of maintenance. Heck yes. What was that all about? You see that little dip? What was that all about, guy? Yep, low electronics because everything else. I could pause our research to kind of keep up a little bit with that. I don't know if I want to or not. But copper's going to have to get redone ASAP. Now, the real plan, the real strategy, is I'm going to want a metallurgic area. Right here is where I have iron and steel. I would like copper to also come here. Why? Well, eventually, I'm not gonna move my smelting every 5 feet where there's new stuff, right? I like to figure out this train thing. So right here, let's just say like right here. There you go. Thanks. So right here's our trains. I haven't messed with any of this yet. I don't know how this works. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Yep. Is it like that? Okay, how do you do? Ooh, baby. Okay. Ooh, alright. I just got really excited. Okay, okay, this has no description. No description. Okay, fine. Auxiliary wagon carrying extra fuel and water greatly extend the range of steam locomotive in front of it can only be placed behind a steam locomotive. Okay, so steam makes a lot of sense if I have a lot of extra steam that I'm just getting rid of. You know, like from our petrochem process. We'll probably go diesel. Flatbed for the flat stuff. Hopper for the loose stuff. Tanker for the liquid stuff. Easy. So I would do 480 loose. That's not terrible. Train too long for depot. Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay, so let's just do something like this. I'm not going to build it. But that's how that's going to work. So that'll get built. And I want to know, how do we dump stuff off? Handles loading and unloading of train wagons with unit... Okay, loose. Is that it? Oh, train station. Base building establishes a new train station and adjacent... Okay, yep. Alright. Level crossing large? Oh. Oh, for roads. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll get to that in a spell. What I'm gonna need for this system is most likely a double-headed. It'll have to be, like, for what we're doing right now, new train, it would be this, and then... I don't know how to... R doesn't do anything. I'm sure there's ways to figure that out. I'm just spitballing here. So there's that. This would actually get pulled... that's probably fine right there. So let's see here. Loose station. What did I do? 4? Now, one thing I noticed, I watched the video and the Steam page because they had the welcome to update 3 kind of a thing. And what they kind of said was, and maybe I misunderstood this, is you don't need the train station, and for unloads, you're going to unload, request train only if... I don't think I need to mess with any of that, really. The way in which this works is if you even have just 2 of these, what the train will do is it'll come here, and it'll just keep moving forward, further unloading the thing. So now that I said all that, we'll do something a little like this. And what we could do is this. Kind of. No. Kind of. I want you to touch the thing. Almost. We're almost there. To be completely fair, this is the exact same how it worked with Factorio. That's what I want. Perfect, thanks. Now, like when you first figured out Rails in Factorio, if that was your first time really using trains at all, and like signaling and pathing and, you know, no path, you know, everyone's favorite Factorio error, no path, no path. No, well, why the hell? Yep. Yep. Oh, set direction the other way. And this is no stop sections. Add or remove no stop sections. No stop sections will be highlighted in red, and trains will avoid stopping on them. For a train to enter a no stop section must be enough space. Enters to exclusive zones. Can only contain a single train. Okay. I'm not super worried about that. But this is what I wanted to talk out, right? From a high level. I have all my metallurgic stuff here. Is this the final stage for my metallurgy? Probably not. But, well, I should really... Here. Oh my gosh, Nico. Good morning. You're a needy cat, you know that? It's not a problem. I like it. I like it. My cat's being needy. Like, hey, how you doing? I could use a pet. Oh. You are my pet. Aha! No. Okay, so the idea behind this... Now I'm trying to do this with one hand. We'll unload... right? And then the raw materials will get shuffled into whatever. So the only thing that's regularly going to be moving, the only thing that's really regularly going to be moving, that's hard to say, are the actual mining machines, the mining control towers themselves, and the vehicles. So they're going to be local to whatever. So here's iron, right? We'll get some train mumbo jumbo down here. We'll set up everything. We'll set up mining. We'll set up a diesel fuel station right here, and we'll set it up, and the trucks and the everything won't move here. Our train will bring all the raw crap back, and when we do all that raw maintenance and everything, we do all the work, that's when we'll pipe it into everything. But again, we're going to rebuild everything a couple more times during this entire... No, my God. During this entire thing, so it's not... It's hard to do with one hand. I'm used to Wazads. So I'm not being hung up on like, oh man, I've already built this once, I'm not building this again, blah, 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 blah. You gotta really embrace, in my opinion, you gotta really embrace the fluidity of these kinds of games. And building structures, building routes, building all this, you might give yourself the impression that you're not gonna rebuild a bunch of stuff. Guess what? You're gonna rebuild a bunch of stuff all the time. These games are very learning process oriented. Did I get everything? Nope, I didn't. Right there. Okay. Good stoof. Oh. No, resume construction. Just don't deconstruct it? Okay. Fine. Fine? Fine. So there's the idea behind that. I want eventually a concentrated metallurgic area that is not moving anywhere else with train integration, but we're not quite there yet. Okay. There's this. That's not working right now. Yep. Bit of cullet, that's nice. Alright. Yep, I need way more production. So, oh, crack knuckles, crack back. Oh, let's see what we can do design-wise with this. Realistically, there's not going to be a whole lot of new thing that we're going to come across. Sorry. Ah! Foil the pincushion. Hello! Good day. I think it's been going very well. Let's see. Since you chatted 2 sessions ago, we got agriculture online. We got a water array online. What else? What else? What else? I've redone most of our assembly, cement blocks. We're up to electronics. We're doing some decent research now. We're on solar panels, which is fun. Okay, better cooling towers. I was wondering if that was a thing. Go away. Go away. Good stuff. Yeah, no worries. No worries. No worries. I'm happy to catch folks up. I kind of feel streaming is a very bi-directional kind of a thing. Like, it's not just me talking, even though it's really just me talking, but, like, it's a conversation, right? Whenever I talk with people, I don't mind it, like, when I get interrupted. I almost prefer being interrupted because it shows, like, they're being engaged with me, and they want to talk, and they want to say some stuff, right? So I'm not so, like, oh, don't interrupt me. Like, I don't like it when I can't finish a thought. Like, that's one thing. But, like, if someone's also actively engaging in a chat, I'm like, yeah, you're excited too? I'm excited too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unicorn, turkey jerky, whatever we're talking about. Yeah. You know, so it's cool. So the farming, what else? I added on to our reserve, sand and limestone. A ton of flattening got done. Like, a stupid amount of flattening got done. This is all level 2 now. I tried to come up with a different way to store a stupid amount of coal, and that's kind of working. 3 hours of sleep. That's not great. Get a nap in today and drink a lot of water. Trust me. That helps even me out whenever I'm, like, super sleep drained. Yeah. Like, water's not going to fix all your problems, but it's certainly a help. I also mouth breathe sometimes when I sleep, so I wake up, like, ultra dehydrated. It's not great. It's not great. Alright, I'm going to move. Have fun going. Thank you. Okay, sounds good, Nedved. Thank you very much for hanging out, saying hello. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, my friend. Alright, so we're going to go off of our Iron Smelt Mark III setup. It's these extra Blast Furnace level 2s. These are just Blast Furnace level 1s. So changing those up right away is going to be a doubling, right? And I'd like to double it again this way, the same way we did for iron. Now, what I'd like to check real quick is our consumption. This is in the right order. Okay. We're talking about a fairly regular consumption of 108 in terms of iron. When all of the system is fired up, we can produce way more than that. For copper, the best we can do is like this 48. And we need 62. I think we need way more than that, but we're just not getting enough. I'm actually going to go get some more water. Tomorrow's International Goth Day. Awesome. I used to be a goth, like, during high school and such, but it was just so much work. It's still fun, though. I liked it. I'm going to disappear for about 2 minutes. I need to get more water. I am just drinking all the liquids. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. I'm just crazy thirsty today. My allergies are killing me and blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we already have a couple of iterations of iron. Iron smelt started off as, just to kind of keep this in place for everything else. So this was our level 1. This was, we made it to the island, we researched belts and storage. Really simple. This is blast furnace level 1. For our iron smelt level 2, this is very straightforward as well. This is also blast furnace level 1. It added a little more storage and added the ore sorter. I wouldn't really call this whatever, but this was our level 2. And then level 3 was the new generation of blast furnace. Not the blast furnace level 2, really, with the better crusher and the better everything. So this was more than a doubling of that. So that's what I'm going to call level 3 with copper. So copper's going to have its own thingamadoo. Yeah, I already pasted this. So that's kind of how I've been doing these tech levels, so to speak. So we're going to move that like there. And we're going to get, most of this is going to be exactly the same thing for copper. We've got the scrap. We've got the loose storage. We've got the grinder. I think most of these ratios are going to be the same. The main difference is going to be what comes after this, which is the washing, right? Or what's it called? Electrolysis. The electrolysis is what's going to be the main difference here. It adds one more step to the process. And that's about it. We're going to need acid again. I don't think there's a better electrolysis thing. Smelting copper. No, electrolysis is electrolysis is electrolysis. It doesn't get any better or worse than that, unfortunately. Let's take a walk through copper and see if there's anything else I'm missing. So the copper ore gets crushed. That then turns into, yep, limestone. We're not doing the graphite thing. Yeah, because that's an arc furnace. Yeah, we're not doing the graphite thing. So we're doing this one. So 48. 48 turns into 2 of these. Metal caster 2s. Yep. And then we'll need 2 electrolysis... electrolyses? How do you pluralize electrolysis? Electroly? 2 electroly. Electroly. Okay. Yeah, 2 electrolysis sissies machines per thing. Okay. So, pretty straightforward, really. This isn't going to merge. It could. We could merge it. How do I want to do it with this layout, though? Okay, well, let's start from scratch, right? You are copper ore. You are going to get copper ore crushed. You're going to do that. Thanks. You're going to be copper scrap. I might change the layout of this a little bit. You are copper ore crushed. You are going to be copper. You are going to be copper. Okay, there's that. Limestone and coal is what we need, so let's change out these recipes. Blurp, 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 blurp. And Zenny already stole my chair. Okay, good stuff. Good lad. And these all have set to no, no, no. The exhaust is already hooked up. I'm going to change the exhaust here. The way in which I have it set on the other thing is the way I like it. It is a balancer. How did I do it for iron? 27, what is that? 54? So 108. 108. 2 little ones will do, or a big one. Where is the thing? 60s. Yep, 60s all around. Yeah, this just makes sense. Nope. Dang it. And this doesn't plug in like that. Yep, fine. Nope. Yep. And there's that. Cool. Okay, that's most of that already complete. So this is going to produce 48. This eats up 24. These recipes need to change. These are all Metal Caster level 2s already. Okay. This doesn't work. That won't work. This needs to get rotated. Because this has to get acid washed or electrolyzed or whatever. Just want to make sure I have this all set correctly. Oh, sand. You need sand, not limestone. So we have limestone here. I need sand. Glad I saw that through. So I'm just going to put the other recipe right here. Yeah, limestone, sand. Easy. Okay, so that's sand instead. There's that. This can look a little better, maybe. Like that, a little bit. It looks a little neater to me. Yeah. Could pull this out 2 squares just to make it a little more linear looking, but that doesn't super matter. This looks a little junky with this, but that's okay. I want the scrap to be there. We already have the prioritization and all in check. That's good. Okay. Now, the only thing I really have to mess around with is the electrolysis bit. Can you get out of here? Thanks. Appreciate it, mate. Copper electrolysis. This is 24, so I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll need 8 of these mad mother truckers. Mama jammas. Okay, I think I know how I want to do this. This is going to be like that. And a level 1 will be just fine. Flat, thank you. This hooks in like this. It might look a little dodgy, but the idea behind this is... That goes away. This we're gonna flippy-do. Like... that. Flippy-do. That. I don't think I can steal more space because of the pipe thing I'm gonna do in a minute. Maybe? Let's try it. We never know lest we try, right? That's how we learn. We learn, we try. I'll do this just with these two. Because this shows an example of... Nope, you're going to move over 1. We're going to have a little bit of dead space. That's fine. We learn by trying, or whatever I'm trying to say here. Okay, that's fine. This is where I'm a little squiffy about it. So if I go up by, let's say 2, and we cut this way, can you connect? I don't know if you can. Because I think you might have to come round or something. You really don't like that, do you? Dang. Bruh. Ron. Actually? Hold on. Maybe. Maybe this is going to be the jankiest janky thing I've ever janked. Hold on. No. No. Yes. Oh my god. Incredible. No, not... Back up on that incredible bit. Not as incredible as I thought. I want it right there. It's going to look so slick. Yeah. Nope. Come on. It's one of those phrases that... What happened to my junction? Hey. Oh my god. This kind of reminds me of a phrase. I was talking to someone who lives near me, and I was like, they were like, where do you live? Like, I was giving them directions to come over. I'm like, oh, it's like a famous gas station around here, and it's like 2 blocks as the crow flies. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, I thought everyone knew what that meant. it means like without any obstruction whatsoever in this direction. And they're like, oh, I've never heard of it that way. I'm like, yeah, as the crow flies, as the bird flies, as the whatever flies, like whatever you want, whatever. That's the phrase for that. So it was interesting. I was talking to someone else then. They're like, I've heard as Superman can see. And I'm like, okay, because Superman has X-ray vision? Okay, I can get behind that. Sure. I've never heard of it said that way. So, as the bird flies, as the crow flies, as Superman can see, are now like it's another phrase like I've never heard of, but that means like, you know, if you could point in a direction and just fly there, which is where the bird, you know, as the bird flies, without obstruction, but also now as Superman can see. Yeah, weird phrase. Yeah, that was my reaction too. But it's like that's the real fun of people is like you pick up on weird things people say, and it's like, okay, that's neat. I need to grab just this bit. This is all I require because this hooks into that. I'm gonna have to recheck all this work. Yeah, as Superman can see. The other thing was like I don't think they're that much of like a comic book nerd. Like I don't know where it would have been from or whatever. It didn't strike me as like, oh yeah, because you're a nerd. No, that's not. It was just, yeah, it's just a weird one, I guess. This is only the one side. So I need... I'm going to paste this again anyway. And then I need just this. Okay. Perfect. I think I've got something. I don't need level 2s here. Thank you. What I need are level 1s. 1, 1. And now, this should be all the stuff already. Look at that. So, what are we looking at? We're doing acid wash all the way. Everything else is for dumbs. Dum-dums. We're not doing it no more. I'm a bit of a dum-dum. If that hasn't been clear, I make very silly mistakes on the often. I'm not professional grade. When it comes to gaming, I just like to have a good time. There's a lot of YouTubers and a lot of streamers out there that I tip my hat to because, like, man, I wouldn't have thought of that. That's crazy cool. Well done. Good stuff. Whatever, whatever. For me, I'm just like, just have fun with it, right? Okay, can you come to here and then up one, and then we just thread the needle. Done. Perfect. We're going to go ideally from 48 production. Flat out 48. If we, and by flat out I mean if everything was running. If you put the pedal to the metal, flat out. If we were running flat out or full bore, there's another phrase if you're doing drilling, I've heard. Yeah. If you're going full bore, this whole thing, 48. Full bore on this bad boy, right here. Here's your 48. And we're doing that 4 times. 96 times 2 is 184. I think I did that math right. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see here. That, and then those last 2 can be level 1s. There we go. The only thing I need to concern myself now is acid. Is how we do acid. So we'll do it like here. How much acid? 36? I probably need 2 acid things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 acid maker. I need 2 acid makers. Do we have a level 2 mixer? We have a level 2 mixer, right. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. When I don't need 5 things of a thing to do a thing. That was good language, me. When I don't need like 5 level 1 things, I could just do 1 level 2 thing. Awesome. I need a mixer. Where is it? Under here? Yeah, it's under farm. 24. 72. That's the number I want. 72. So give me that. Give me that. I want to see how this compares. You stay there. Some of the recipes can be surprising. They could be less draining or something. This is the same workers, double the power, but again, reducing workers. That's good. It's double everything. There's no magical ratios here, but that's still fine. It gives me a spot to burn out some of the sulfur. Pretty good Slipknot song, actually, if we're really going to talk about it. We weren't, but if we were. Don't always know where you stand till you know that you won't run away. Yeah. Yeah, one time I had the pipes. One time I could hit some of those Corey Taylor notes. And I super can't. Super cannot. Collision with mixer. You're not going to believe this. I'm trying to move the thing. Right there. Level 1 will do just fine. Good. And then we need... It's just acid. Don't bring, don't push, don't nothing. I have a tank here for acid, don't I? I don't, because I don't think I need acid for anything else, so I thought bottling it was going to be dumb. Oh, we're using it for glass. I'm going to need it in a lot of places. But for this case, I'm not gonna use it anywhere else. So if you could just plug into that. When I get everything dialed in, we'll do a bit of a rework and take a gander at things. So fluid, 72? Oh, 60 exactly. Okay. Oh, the other pipe needs 72 though. Right there. Just like that. You get nuked. This is a little unfortunate. I really wish you could upgrade pipes by clicking on stuff that's so... What I'd have to do is I'd have to build it and then upgrade it. And by that time, I'm going to forget anyway. That goes away. And that goes away. These both need to be level 2 pipes. These both need to be level 2 pipes. Bump, bump, ba ba bump, level 2 pipes. Really just this one did, but that's okay. Level 2 pipe. Level 2 pipe. 666666. Okay. Okay. Let's do a bit of a review. Give, yes. How much sulfur do we need? We're using 12. Give me 120. That's enough for 10 transactions. Slag go away. Coal come in. I need coal. I do need coal, yeah. Coal come in. Sand come in. Copper ore. That can be blur. Crushed 192. That's 192. Wait. 48 times 4. Yeah, 182. What did I say before? 182? Yeah. Good language. 2 things of copper I think is good enough. Copper scrap. Copper ore crushed, which we're keeping just in case. You can bring me that. In case there's some floating around in the system or some other process generates it, I want to be able to process it. This is going to do copper scrap first and foremost. These are already all plugged in. It was very simple. Copper scrap, copper ore, sand, coal. All things are off. Do not bring me anything. This is going to be... Yeah, this is a massive, massive upgrade. These things eat up a stupid amount of power. 400 kilowatts? Gah. Okay, well, the reality of the situation is I needed to upgrade our copper metallurgic process so that way I could also work on power, because I'm having power struggles. I'm gonna have some real power struggles. This doesn't say how much this consumes. Like, I can't go like this. It's like, oh, 900 megawatts or whatever. So 4489. That's a megawatt. These all use a pittance worth of power. Yeah. This is going to be about 4... Oh, let's call it 3.5... No, that's a megawatt right there. Let's call this 4 megawatts. Which is funny. So all of this copper process consumes about as much electrical juice as this arc furnace. Granted, different temperatures, different materials, different... I get all that. Just saying it's kind of silly how... ... Tons of stuff. Still low on electronics? Yes, because this is the project. So let's go ahead and get this bookmarked. I'll take that name. Thank you. Blurp. Copper spelled, mark a trace. And you can come right up there. Blurp. Now, where to put this bad mamma jamma? I could stick this right next to food. Who doesn't love a little copper in their bread? Adeptus Mechanicus, probably. Do they even eat bread? What does the Adeptus Mechanicus even eat? Aren't they all cyborgs? There's probably some biological meat in there somewhere. What I'd like to do is like to knock out this and then place this, but I don't think I'm going to have that luxury. I kind of wanna, though, because there's a lot of copper here still to be had. The next copper pile is... It's very close. It's right here. So that's a doze into the mountain, blam. The alternative is we start talking about trains. We start having that conversation. I don't think I'm ready for it. I don't think I'm ready for that. There are some places I can plug copper in that would make this easier on me, though. So, train station in the middle, copper on the outside, or we put the copper like right here, and then like put like a train station over here. I mean, it'd be even better if I put the copper here. Yeah, this is kind of the thing that it's like I could spend off camera. If this was just me playing the game and I'm just like enjoying my time, I could spend tons of time farting around with this whole conversation and not really accomplishing anything. Again, a bad thing? No, not at all a bad thing. I want plenty of room with this. I might extend this out a bit. What are we doing? 5? 6. Yeah, that looks probably good. I'm going to place this here. We're going to move this over like 4 squares. 2, 3, 4. 2 on each side extra. I think that looks good. Now, for sake of this... Yeah, I didn't line this up at all, and that's fine. We got a little bit of a clip right there. I want this pulled back 1 more square. Nope. Oh, I wanted that there. Oh, shucks. It's fine. So this is going to be a little tighter, right? One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that does what I want. Something is messed up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. You can get that out of there. That'd be great. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is what I want. So like that, and like that. And y'all could remove that, and place this, and remove that. This gives me wiggle room for when I do all the belts and stuff. That's the idea of all this. So 1 more. Nope. Yes, that gets nuked. This will actually look pretty good, I think. Now, this guy's sticking out. I'm not really too sure what I want to do about him. Can I maybe nuke some of this and just push it back a bit? Oh, I can 100%. Yeah. Trim. That guy gets out of here. Okay, that I think will look real good. Definitely not a road crash waiting to happen. The great thing is there's no such thing as collision in this game. As long as you're taking care of the landscape and that kind of stuff, there's no such thing as collisions. You're completely correct though. You're 100% correct. Yeah, this is why I'm not like an air traffic controller man or something. Air traffic controller man sounds like also the weakest Mega Man robot master name ever. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da, it's air traffic control man. Okay, this will get this all nice and cleaned up. If y'all could do that and that. And is stuff going to change? It is 100% going to change all the time. Could direct large passenger jets into your face. Yeah. Won't attack you directly, but it'll just hit you with the business. Oh, this is not that item. And that and that. Thank you. Yep, take that away. Don't come here. Good stuff. All right. Want to get some of this foundational crap before I slap down another massive metallurgic project and be like, well, this sucks. Now, can a truck get there, though? I'm going to say no. Maybe. Not going to worry about it. I'm going to 0% worry about it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to not worry about it. Let's trim that. And let's put... Are we out of concrete? No, we have so much. And so much iron. Okay, that's all getting built out. Looks a little more structured, yeah. This is all going to look a little gapped. And I want to have room for belts. This is what I was trying to do. When I place this all out, I'm like, that's plenty room. And then I'm like, well, I need a belt here. And that's where this was starting to get weird. And it's like, this doesn't look very good at all. So we'll just do this. There. Now it looks like it was intentional, right? And we're going to trim that. Oh, actually, what? Did I build the wrong thing? What did I build here? Why is this... That's right. Oh, I see. That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's one tile up, yeah. I think it's one tile up. The end of the world? No, don't really care. This is the final draft I want, so I'm gonna fix it though. So okay. This is the correct. This is the incorrect. And that's fine. Just gonna place this there so I have it. Okay. This is not correct. This is not correct. Again, also fine. It is the end of the world. Get up and drill a hole in the ground and let the world sink. Well, actually, considering how much of my very heavy infrastructure I'm building on top of literal garbage, you'd think it would sink into the ocean eventually anyway. But it doesn't, so hooray. In the words of, what was it? Not Todd Howard. Howard Jones. Things can only get better. In the words of Things Can Only Get Better. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a fun little conversation I had with a bunch of people. I was like, I'm trying to find a song. Can someone help me? And they're like, yeah. Like a couple of like real audio folks, and it's like they grew up with the same time I did, like, you know, born in the 80s, like really grew up in the 90s or whatever. And they're like, what's like, can you hum a few bars? I'm like, I can, but you're gonna hate me. They're like, music is beautiful, John. No one could ever hate you for it. I'm like, okay, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. And they're like, yep, you're right. We don't like you anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I figured. So I put that into YouTube before, And I just got like a billion songs that aren't helpful. Like Garth Brooks said "whoa" one time. Here's 5 of his songs. And I'm like, that's, you know, great for Garth Brooks, but that's not at all what I want. It's I'll find it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Things Can Only Get Better by Howard Jones. But like even growing up, I'm like, so I put that in. It's like, yeah, Garth Brooks said "whoa" one time. Here's here's his discography, and I'm like, that's not what I want. It was just kind of funny. Like I'm going through the list, and I'm like, this is all technically correct, but also very technically unhelpful. So it's kind of neat going through that. It took me like 2 hours to figure it out. And you think like with all the like, oh, everything's more intelligent, everything has AI, everything is super smart now. It's like, how come you're also referring to this, like, what is this? Did the Wu-Tang Clan ever say whoa? I don't know, but it's in the thing. Yeah, it felt, yeah, finding it, I had it on repeat like two or three times or something, and then I was finding remixes, and I was like, that's the good feel of the rabbit hole right there. That's what I wanted. And then now I'm just, anytime I need to baffle somebody with something, I'll just throw in a little bit of that action. Whoa, 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 whoa. And all the trucks lose their mind. Oh, do we have a bunch of construction materials sitting here? We have a bunch of steel. Not even any words to work with, yeah. Oh, Sleepwalker. Yeah, just what's even maybe sometimes worse is if you confuse the lyrics of a song, or you know the lyrics, but it's like it could be one of any bands at all. I was playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night with Joshimus Prime. Really good guy. If you ever have the opportunity to game with them, they're in the Megacycle Entertainment server. Solid dude. Grew up with them. All around A+, I would say. All around. So we're playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and you come across a ferryman who will take you to a place as long as you have the merman's statue. And whatever. So I was like, man, this reminds me of a song, like, don't pay the ferryman until he gets you to the other side. And I was thinking it was an Iron Maiden song. It's not. But I could have sworn it was Don't Pay the Ferryman. And I was like, yeah, it sounds in my head like absolutely an Iron Maiden song. I'll have to go find it now. But I could not get to, yeah, or when the lyrics you're thinking of are from two different songs, but the melodies and the beats are correct, and it's like, I can't do this. So it's really trying to give it the business. Yeah, low supply of rubber because this build requires a fair amount of this stuff. 153, yeah. Don't pay the ferryman. Chris DeBow? I don't know how to pronounce it specifically. But yeah, I was like, dude, this is it could be such a metal song. Don't pay the ferryman until he gets you to the other side. Ba-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I was just like, dude, that rocks. It's gotta be Iron Maiden. I looked and I'm like, Iron Maiden, Don't Pay the Ferryman. And thank goodness, whatever search engine out there was like, hey, I know someone who's used the word don't before. Is this what you're thinking of? No. Anytime I get a recommendation, would you like to use AI? No, I don't. Go away. I don't want to talk to you. Ever. Go away. But yeah, I found it. It took me a while to find it because I was like, what am I going to do? Individually search for don't pay? That's gonna get me a ton of dumb stuff I don't want. So yeah, I searched, I did as many lyrics as I could. Don't pay the ferryman until he gets to the other side, and I put quotes on both ends, and I finally found it. Low supply of tree sapling. That's totally fine. I have 2 farms I'm not using. Okay. Getting this built is going to be another massive ups. Yeah, I know we're low on rubber. We're low on rubber because it's being worked, right? We're gonna do this. I don't want this to hold on too much. It is being worked. Naphtha. Yeah, what we need to do is we need to spend the diesel so all this stuff works. Petrochem is probably the one blueprint I'm not going to put on the site. On the blueprint site, it just, I don't know, I don't feel really great about it. This was a huge ups from what we had before, absolutely. Good increase. But right now, it's just kind of something I'm babying right now. Has this jumped up at all? No. Alright, well that is helping our power bottom line. But not as much as I'd like, and that's fine. So what are we still missing? A bunch of Tech 3? Oh my god, a ton of Tech 3. Yeah, and 2. We're out of both of those. That is an investment. That's exactly why I wasn't like, I'll just take apart my old copper thing. It'll be great, fellas. No. Last at that, I had in my brain suddenly playing bits of 2 Dark Well songs together, and I had to find out which song. Blackheart and Realm of Darkness. Yep, okay. The fun part of this is, like, going out and having a time with some friends or whatever, and it pops in your head, and, like, you think, you believe in your heart that they also know that song or whatever, but then trying to explain it just sounds like a cacophony of madness. I have 208 copper somewhere. Oh. Yep, there's 142 there. Yep. And that's not being used right now. Yep. Okay. Solars. Solars are fun. 150 kilowatts. That sounds higher than what I thought it was. Solar panels are neat. Steel, silicon, poly, glass. We can start making them now. These cost 120 of the panels to place. That's fun. It's almost like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of a thing when you have a song or a melody stuck in your head and you're like, this is from something. I'm sure of it, but I don't remember what. What I'm going to do is, to get rid of some of these electronics I don't need, I'm going to pause that. And I'm going to say, you can bring all the stuff. You can do this. I want you to let me know when you are less than 50%. 50% will tell me that... Oh, no. This is PCBs. This is PCBs, is not what I want. You can unmute, thanks. You're the one I want muted. This. Actually, what I'll do is this, so I can save the workers. We'll do something like this. Oh, did I do the alert? Alert when less than 50. They'll tell me to turn everything back on, and then I'm just going to do this. Brr. Whoever needs it, take it. Speaking of which, where are you guys going with that? Probably other places that have, like, I'll accept that stuff, but I don't need it all the time. Yeah. Cool. Yep. Just dump all that stuff out. Yep, that'll take a little time to wean off. We got corns in here for some... Hey, low electronics. Ah, I know what we could do. Burp. Cool. That gets rid of all that back haul. Ooh, big stretch. Just to level set again. For those just joining, first of all, welcome. Welcome to everybody. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing swell. My name's JohnMegacycle. I do talking in video games. That's about how I would summate this. Not any with any real proficiency, efficiency, or some third thing, because humor comes in threes. But I have a good time. And I hope you do too. That's kind of the thing, right? I'm having fun, you're having fun. That's how this works. If you're not having fun or I'm not having fun, it's not great. I've been to streams before where you can tell the streamer's not having a good time, and it's not fun. But I hope they have fun. I hope you're having fun too. Make a good time of it. The thing I'm level setting, the thing I'm mentioning, is what's ultimately going to happen is today's going to be a shorter stream. I'd like to play for like 8 hours. Like, I've been doing pretty good keeping 8 hours in the till. But what's happening today is I got to help a family member with some stuff. And I said I would, and I keep my promises and all that, so we'll do that. All that and all that. So this will probably be another hour-ish, and then I'll wrap up for the day. It'll be good for me to go out and touch grass while the sun is out. Actually, is the sun out? Nope. Overcast as crap. It is raining. What kind of grass? Well, I'm gonna leave that as a choose your own adventure for someone else to decide. How wild do you think I am? And don't put it in chat because that might well, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm being overly cryptic and defensive. My grass is usually in gummy form if I can get it. Oh, it's kind of an insult kind of a thing. Like someone's not in touch with reality. It's usually used as an insult, I think. The way in which I interpret it as, like, I use it on myself, like, I gotta go out and touch some grass. The idea is, like, yeah, you're just out of touch with reality. You need to go out and just, like, reacclimate with life. Because you're spouting nonsense or whatever, kind of a thing. So that's kind of how I understand it. It does sound weird, yeah. But it's like a free thing anyone can do. Just go outside and just touch the grass. Because you can't say touch the trees. Maybe because, like, I've been to Arizona and there's not a lot of trees. It is sans trees. How do I get a water pipe over here? This is water for 60. I need, like, 8 waters. Oh, God, no, I need a full 60. Okay. Yeah, it is a weird one for sure. This needs to be a level 2, and then I pull it from here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. Yeah, hey, buddy, go touch grass. Just, like, go do something else. Go exist outside of your video game. Have you unlocked the technology of digging down pipes underground? You can do that? No? Oh. Oh my god, I freaked out. I was like, you can do that. I thought you knew a secret nugget of knowledge I didn't have. I was like, son of a biscuit. No. Do you mean magic? I didn't know. No. There's no underground pipes. There is none. It is this, and only this. This doesn't have to be a level 2 this far. I'm just going to build it as a level 2 this far anyway. No, it's good. No, you're great. You're great. I got really excited. I should have understood that was a question. That's on me. No, you're great. Don't worry about it. Okay, this is going to take a hot minute to get built. I am low on construction materials, as one could guess. I've got all the level 1s in the world. How much worker... I don't have a ton of extra workforce. I wanted to get a few more things buttoned up before I really unleashed more stuff. I have 218 construction level 4s, so we're going to pause this. Oops, I paused something else. I'm going to redo this thing. I'm going to grab a screenshot of this stuff on the left. Put it in paint, and then I'm going to redo this. So... Yep. Oh, I actually... Ah, crap, I did copper. Okay. So, first and foremost is maintenance, which is always there. And then construction parts. No, I like it the way I had it. Let's get rid of all that. We're gonna do... diesel. And fuel gas. And I have crude oil in here. I guess I'll just put it in there. Just for whatever. And then I did... iron. Copper. And then steel. then the construction parts. I haven't found a way to organize this. Oh god, did I just do it? Oh, son of a biscuit. My brain was like, you should just be able to grab that. And I'm like, my muscles are like, we're just going to try to grab that. And then I just grabbed it, and then it just sorted. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Wood. Okay. Coal, cinder blocks, wood, construction material. Yep, cool. Womp womp. I'm really smart. Mm-hmm. Super smart. Super duper super smart. Sulfur, slag. Now the slag from here, I could pipe and put here. There's no reason for us to have multiple slag ports or whatever. Low supply of meat. Okay. We did our purge. So let's do a check here. 8 meat, 9 eggs. 7, 7, so 14. 8, I need 8 meat. We're a little short. We're just a little short, actually. So we're gonna do 400. Yep, we're just a little short. It's not that much. Okay. We're about to hella fix our copper problem. I technically don't need copper to make construction materials. I do need it for electronics. I can buy copper, can't I? I can. So I think we're going to start breaking this down. This is going to provide quite a bit of construction materials for the process. Wait a minute, I'm missing something. That's better. That gives us a better holistic picture of all that. I'm actually going to shut off our Mark 1s, because I'm going to get a bunch. I'm going to get a whole bunch of this in a second. Okay, how much is left? Some hundreds. That's what's left. There's no mining designations. Okay. Y'all got that done up real good? Oh, you did? You did get that done up real good. Okay. Let's talk about... yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do... So this might look a little clustery, but I got a path over here and a path down. And there's still a ton of coal to be had. So that'll take care of that. Thank you. What we're going to do here is we're going to stop this. Yep, the trucks are going to complain because there's no way we can sort the cargo. I'm going to work through this a bit. This will bleed out eventually. Bleeding out is such a weird way to say when I'm trying to articulate. Like, I want this whole process empty because I don't want to haul a ton of impure copper somewhere else, right? I don't want that to be here. We're not doing that anymore. Don't bring me any, thank you. I think we have more than enough storage for recycling bits. These are all level 1s, okay. I don't have enough construction materials to fart around with that right now. So I'm not going to. But what'll happen is this is going to stay where it is. So the ore sorting plant still needs to be close. Why? I still wanted to make sure that we have actual ore. I don't want to haul dirt and stone and whatever somewhere else. That's a huge waste of time. Yep. So when we do this, boop, when we talk about iron, because there's iron in these there hills right here, it's going to be a sorter, it's going to be a dump zone, it's going to be whatever, and then load onto a train. High supply of organic. Oof. De oofens. Let's do a quick purge like that. And pause. And unpause. Ding. Household appliances are another thing we can make to boost Unity. They're, imagine exactly what you think they are. I think the icon for it is a dishwasher. Okay. That's probably that. No more of that, thanks. This is where we would trade ammonia to very good benefit. More detailed things for the population. It kind of does. We've just been glossing over a lot of it because that's not where my interests in the game are. But there is such thing. Okay, that gets out. That turns on. Yeah, medicine. Yeah, you have to provide medical care. Yeah, so this is kind of a thing. Here's a population overview. We have a maximum population. Based on our population, we have a unity cap. So how much unity I can possibly have at any time. There's diseases. The size of our population also plays into a research bonus. More people we have, the better the research. People will grow on their own if left to their own devices. I'm going to phrase it like that. We have a base health. By providing services like water and food, we increase our health. Pollution takes a hit on our health. So if we dump nuclear waste on the other side of the world, it doesn't matter. All pollution, all health is global. So it doesn't matter. You can't be sneaky about it and just bury a bunch of crap somewhere and think it's not going to do anything. So that's health. Health also takes benefit based on medicine that we would provide. It also takes a hit as to if there's a disease, a cold, a flu, measles, blah, 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 whatever. So that's all here. Population also is providing Unity for us. Unity is what we use to operate oil rigs, like remote oil rigs. We can use Unity as a currency to quickly build and unbuild things. We can also use Unity to force a building to produce better, but it all costs Unity, and Unity's not free. I'm making Unity through other stuff. Food, electricity, water, household goods, household appliances, luxury goods, and hospitals add to Unity. Any edicts add to Unity, and health of the population adds to Unity. Edicts in place that I have recycling and research efficiency, maintenance reducer, and vehicle fuel saver all take away from that Unity. I have an oil rig running, that takes away from Unity, and labs take away from Unity. So there is a lot to manipulating a population, and not in a negative way, but like, make sure you have food, that's a positive. Make sure you have water, that's a positive. Electricity and all this stuff. It's just not really a part of the game that really interests me. So I've been mostly glossing over it. But there is population bits. Each of these things, each of these sections have a certain amount of people inside of them. So this is a level 2 housing. This housing in particular provides a bonus, an extra bonus, because we're providing water and power. If we go for a bigger housing, there's also other Unity stuffs we can get, better bonuses by providing appliances and such. So there's actually quite a bit. Providing different foodstuffs varies people's diet, which provides a health bonus. Also, we get more Unity based on providing different foods. So there's actually quite a bit to population and stuff. We're not pumping out wastewater quickly enough. I'll take care of... Well, we don't have construction materials to do that. Oofed. It's actually been a while since I visited this. I noticed our Unity was fluctuating a bit. And that's because we're not dumping out bad water fast enough. So this will look like... that. Yeah, that's fine. another thing that's also been very much in our favor is we've been very good about buffers and everything. We've been really good about making sure we have enough supplies of things. If you're not careful, you have the death spiral stuff that I talked about a bit earlier in this session and a bit yesterday. But we've got food. We've got canola, which I'm not even using right now. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a ton of vegetables. We have a lot of extra, which is great. How are we doing on this? We almost we could almost turn it on. Not quite, but it almost can. Okay, let's take a chat about... Yep, that's doing that. What did I paused something before. Oh, right. Did we work through all this? We just about did. Awesome. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Now, for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big storage, which I can't afford right now, but that's fine. We'll put a big old loose storage right here, and this is going to pull all the copper ore, and we'll just truck copper ore right now. All the colors in the stylistic of candy. You know what? That's a really cool idea. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, it does look like... You can almost get a, yeah, texture, flavor, taste the science. Can you taste the science? Yeah. What is it named for a creature that is based on rock and not organic? Lothide? I can't think of it right now. In Stellaris, you can build a custom species or a race or whatever it's called. And you can build one that's made out of rock. So instead of eating food... you effectively eat minerals. This isn't the first time this ever came up. In Master of Orion, you'd have... not synthetic isn't the right word. But like a rock-based creature, and you would eat effort. You would eat mineral effort, is how it was expressed in that game. Master of Orion 2 is a really freaking good game. The Master of Orion 1 didn't strike me as hard as 2 did, but it was very revolutionary for the time. I want to say we're gonna put this kind of close. Yeah, whoop whoop. I'm cool with that. 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 Okay. That unpauses. This is gonna have. I'm just cool with it being a thing. I'm just super cool with whatever. Love whatever you want to love. If it's cool and like no one gets hurt and it's consensual, I don't care. I'm super chill about everything. Whatever. It is so rare to find love in this lifetime that find it where you can get it. If you appreciate it and you both love each other, awesome. Cool. Whatever. I'm a real chill guy. I'm a real chill guy. Oh, you can make it to the scrap. Awesome. Well, I thought you'd actually come around. So actually, because you're back there, that means you can make it to that, right? Yep, cool. Perfect. I think you're misunderstanding something there. What am I misunderstanding? Bow, 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 bow. Oh, no, I can't. I don't remember the melody. That's a Baby Don't Hurt Me. Yeah. Okay, there's all the copper. Copper be gone. It's just a silly thing. And I'm a silly guy. It's fine. Yeah, no worries. This can turn on again. Partially stuck, yes, because copper ore. Now, what I could do is I could just pipe all this copper ore all the way over here. But again, this is all just going to pass around no matter what. Because trains. I'm looking forward to trains. Oh, right. I don't know if I said the thing I was trying to say before. I'm going to be busy here. I'll probably have to jump off the stream in about 45 minutes. Got some family stuff I need to do. I don't know if I said it, but there you go. Now I said it. We need... What are we missing still? A bunch of Tech 3 only? We're missing a little bit of Tech 2, but we're missing mostly Tech 3. Tech 3 because... Tech 2 because... I shut off Tech 1, right? We had like 900 at the moment, so that's why I shut it off. No, keep that firing up. Yeah, 400. Where's this 400 at? That's why I stopped it. Oh, I bet I know where it is. Boo. Yep. Alright. Boo earns. Can you hang on a second? Yeah, we had a bunch, and I was like, that's more than enough. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of all these parts. Yep, and it almost just snapped fingers and disappeared. There we go. There's the magic. Ship overloaded with cargo. Buddy, I am working on the thing. Okay, I think that's it. Boop. And boop. That's everything there. What else can we get rid of? Mech parts? We could probably get rid of some mech parts. If I just pause... that right there. Do I need to? No. Do I want to? Yeah. Oh, we have copper ore sitting somewhere. Oh, the basin's not built yet. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Just gotta stretch and wait. Yeah, we're motoring through all those construction materials easily. Okay. Let's keep those two on the docket. Right like that. Meat. Has this changed at all? I said I wanted to be alerted less than 25%. 25% of 400 is 100. So it seems like we're still trending down a little bit. So let's put this to 450. So there's no slaughtering now because we're actively growing the chickens. The slaughtering comes after the fact if we have too much chicken. That's where that's happening. So if we can't provide meat anymore, what's ultimately going to happen is we're going to have to rely more heavily on other proteins, aka eggs. I haven't gotten to making tofu yet, which is another protein, but I haven't gotten there yet. I kind of want to see how much this will provide. All right, you can't. There's no button to snap to a building. There's buttons to snap to a vehicle, but you can't snap to a building. Okay, almost. Just one of the neat things, if I can work this stuff out, I'd like to. We haven't gotten any new parts for our ship, so I'm not going out and exploring it all anyway. I love this feature. This little green bar here telling you when stuff is arriving, super good. Okay, no more import, thanks. I don't really want to deal with you anymore. Output full. Okay, we're up to 9 now. That's better than the 5 or whatever we had before, and I could turn it up even further if we need to. I'd just rather not right now. Oh, are we on scrap? This seems like this is working pretty regularly. This not. Yeah. This thing won't even fire unless you have a certain amount of recyclables ready to go. There's a little line right here. It's a little hard to see. You can't adjust it, but it's 5%. And this is probably 15%. Yeah. Okay. Gold scrap, yeah. We're not making gold yet. Scrapping works on the premise of whatever you put into a process is what you can potentially get out of it. So we didn't get gold scrap until we started research, because glass is part of the process to make science material. When we get to gold, yeah, and a high gold efficiency, you can make it pretty dang efficient. But you've got to go through a lot of gold ore to get the gold anyway, just like real life. Like, it's not nearly as crazy as, like, you're just pulling gold out of the ground. It's an exhaustive process. Energy intensive too, so how close are we? We getting there? 3 of the furnaces are online and are actually working? How? Oh, scrap. Neat. Okay. This has to get built. Can I get a higher priority on that? If I can get this, we can actually acid wash some stuff. Iron does not need to be purified. Iron is, you cook it, you turn it into the molten element, and you pour it into slabs, and that's it. Iron done. Copper and steel both need some sort of purification. Steel uses a much higher temperature oxygen furnace to work out the impurities, and then it's poured in a cooled caster. Copper, office is neat. Copper needs to be purified. When you make it, you make impure copper, and then it gets electrolyzed down to the, I think it's called the 99.995. Yeah, it is an electrolyzer. Yep. Electrolysis. Yep. It's cool if you can see the animation, because it pours, it comes in and it pours all the slabs. Then the slabs get filtered out, and then the slabs get put into hooks. There's little hooks. It's a little hard. I can't zoom in anymore. There's little hooks. And they pick up the slabs, and they dip it in, and this is an electrolysis process. And then they get dumped off here, and that's it. Yeah, Nasir wants to know about your impure copper. I don't think I get that reference. Help me, I don't get that reference. Oh, no, not enough maintenance. What happened? Oh, because copper. I know why. Because we're out of the big ka-ching. There's no other way for me to make copper. That's fortunate. Yep, this is a little unfortunate. I should not have sold the other process, but I was so excited. And that bites me every time. Anyway, there's all the copper I just purchased. We should be able to get our numbers back up pretty quick, I think. If I need to concentrate on Tech 1 construction goods and just pound through that, we can. I have a lot of Tech 2 stuff. So we're going to do that. Oh, complaint tablet to Ian is here. I'll put it in the chat so everyone else can enjoy it, because I know not everyone can put links in things. The complaint tablet to Ea Nasir is an ancient Babylonian clay tablet dating back to 1750 BC, inscribed by customer Nani to merchant Ea Nasir, complaining about Ea Nasir selling him subpar copper, a practice Ea Nasir was known for. The tablet is known as the first complaint ever and has been the subject of niche memes since at least 2017, particularly on Tumblr, Reddit, and 4chan. Ea Nasir memes occasionally cross over with Sumer posts. And wow, this is a lot of reading I'm not going to do. Okay, that's about the brunt of it. That works. Thank you for sharing that. Ea Nasir wishes to speak about. Yeah, we probably want to do like a we probably want to get together and do like a collaborative effort on it, right? Okay, so we worked through all those mech parts. This can get unpaused. Mech parts can flow again. No problem. Is there a tablet to K-A-Ren? Maybe is how it would be pronounced in Babylonian speak. Demanding to speak with the manager. Makes me laugh how mad you have to be to carve a tablet. Yeah, because it's not... well, if it's inferior copper, maybe it's a little more malleable. And maybe it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, you get hammer and chisel, baby. You gotta put effort into your hate. You gotta put effort into your hate is probably a song I'm gonna write death metal style. Don't wait, put effort into your hate. Drums. It's 30% drums at least. Oh, I thought the tablet was made out of clay. Oh, hold on. No, it was a clay tablet. First tablet. Oh, I thought the tablet was also made out. I thought the tablet was made out of the subpar copper. That's why I was like, yeah, that could suck. It's clay. Okay. Yeah, slate. A slate tablet, could you imagine? Like something that just has a stupid level of hardness? Well, I kind of figured they would have gone and sculpted it and then fired it or something. But that would have been a real pain. We're still on maintenance because... electronics. Yep. Subpar copper tab. Yeah, that's valid. We're getting very close to actually being able to turn this thing on. Yeah, they put effort into their hate. Buy a little more copper. This is again another instance where I jumped the gun on a thing, I got excited, I'm owning it. I'm also gonna own a bunch of this freaking iron scrap. How about that? How about that? Okay, I need 40 and less than 20. Oh, that's another take. Yeah, like everyone's complaining. It just didn't. It hasn't quite been a thing. Oh, that's why this is actually a problem. Because I need electronics. Okay, this is the priority. Nope. Sorry, maintenance is just gonna have to suffer for a minute. Actually, that's a bad take because everything's gonna start shattering. High supply of organic fertilizer. Man, we are just going crazy on this. Yeah, here, just leave that for a while. Have fun. I can't buy electronics straight out, can I? I didn't think I can... I don't think I could without a contract. No, I could use it to buy quartz or iron ore, which is great, but not what I need. Okay, that should give us a good leg up. Okay, I'm seeing some level 2 stuff going. Level 2 turns into level 3. Okay, we're very close. We're very close to being able to turn this on. I have to keep reminding myself how close we are. I'm just gonna cry. Scrap does not require... Yeah. The problem is acid. That's the issue. So I need this mixer online. I set it to high priority. Can I buy copper scrap? Not enough workers. Oh, we actually had some sickness going on. Okay. Let's trim up a little bit more. That's necessary. That's necessary. That's necessary. That can trim. Okay. So, the population things you mentioned, we have a severe flu. And because I don't have any hospitals, I don't have any medical care that's providing services for people, we're just dealing with it. Yep. Which means less growth, which means less workers. So it kind of cascades a bit in that regard. I want to get to medical stuff. What I needed for medical stuff to really be good, though, was I needed steel. And we got through steel. We upgraded our steel very strongly. Half of it's not even built. So if that doesn't give you a really good idea of how predominant like that's been. I also needed plastic for medical stuff. And this just one thing has to... Are you the guy? Are you the guy? Oh, you brought like 5/6 of it. Come on, just build the thing. No air conditioning. Just no... There's no AC for a week, okay? What I could do is I could go like this, and I could remove product. I could also pause it, and someone's going to come and just remove the items off the line. I have it paused so it stays there, and it's going to go right to this thing. It's running, oh my god. Okay, now you'll be able to see it. So, it's making the acid. Acid go in. Copper goes up. Gets purified. Boom. They did a lot of really great work with the animations and everything for this game. 100%. Cool. That is pure copper. 99.9999. Does it say? Hold on. 99.95% purity. So now that we have copper... Oh, and don't forget, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... This is 5 times? We doubled it, and then we doubled it 4 times. This is a strong margin of extra stuff. That's what this is. Okay, cool. Thanks. I don't need to do that anymore. I don't have any more pending projects. Yeah, this is a big deal. The exhaust I'd also like to port over here and get plugged into that. But for right now, yep, there's all the copper ore coming in. And now that we have trucks that are somewhat full of copper, I bet you any money you're going to go make me electronics. Yeah. This all could have been prevented had I the ancient skill of patience, and sometimes I don't. So this is going to go right here first to maintenance, because that is the most critical thing. Yeah, I'm just going to watch this for a second while I sip on some water and stretch. Coal's coming in, yep. Awesome. Our maintenance is 0. Now you might be looking at that and be like, shouldn't stuff be crashing? Everything has a little bit of maintenance. Everything inside of it has a little bit of maintenance. So even when you're out of maintenance flat, it doesn't completely crash immediately. It takes a little bit of time. So what's probably happening is we're making a little bit, and then we're not making any. Then we're making a bunch, and then we're not. Like, it's doing this kind of a thing. It's going to do that for a while until it starts ramping back up proper. In which case, I've got a massive backlog of copper I need to make. But look at how quickly it's filling now. Yep, take as much as you can, my guy. We got that good stuff. You guessed it, yes, we got it, good stuff. Can't just quite get enough, no, it's that good stuff. I tried to... Bleh. I need a caffeinated beverage for sure. So yeah, it's going to take a little while for this all to get all caught up. We're already at 4%, which again doesn't sound like a lot. But imagine 0% here in the upper right is not quite the bottom. It might go all the way down to like negative whatever, because all the vehicles, all the buildings have to bleed out their own maintenance pools. Yeah, even at 0%, you're fine for like, I don't know, another 20 seconds or something. But yeah, that's how that works. So, that's all looking good. Getting a bunch of scrap. Workers are returning. I need more everything. So we have the tech still going. That's good. Statue of maintenance. Awesome. This is bringing all this. This is all online. Beautiful. Now, all that extra space. Is it 5, 6? Yeah, all this extra space here is now open for whatever. Getting all the metallurgic stuff together was pretty critical, I think. That's all doing great. This is all doing great. I could probably trim out more workers. This stuff isn't really working, and that's fine. Low meat. So still low meat. It was 54 before, now it's 74, so now we are trending positively. Let's actually take a gander at that real quick. Overview products. I'm looking for meat specifically. Longer production chains. You can see at the very top here. We're not producing more... Like, we're not producing 20 and then 10, 20 and then 10. We're just longer during the production chain. So that's looking great. Low supply of heat. Still definitely. Okay, there's 2 major projects I'd like to start soonish. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time for that today. But 2 major projects I need to do, and let's get them spec'd out here. Get the specifics. Is the new high-pressure turbine. So I'm just going to do that and that. And we're not going to do solars right now. We don't get a better flywheel, but we do get a better one of those. And I'm just going to throw this all out. Oh, gosh. Hold on. I thought I clicked the planning mode. So power is one thing. Power is a large project we need to take care of. A second project I'd like to get started with is medical stuff. When we get sick, it kind of really socks in. And it's really not great with what we're trying to accomplish because... I can't maintain a larger workforce because people get sick too often. Too many people in too much of a confined area makes that an issue. So we need to provide proper medical care, make sure folks are feeling good. I want to make sure this is all... Yep, that's all done up. Good. Don't bring me stuff. Thank you. Don't bring me stuff. Don't bring me stuff. Don't bring me stuff. Don't bring me stuff. I'll make sure I have all this set. High amount of recyclables pressed. Okay, I'll have to get to that in a second. There we go. Okay. I don't have the workers for that, actually. That's a bit of an issue. How are we doing on electronics? We're not quite caught up yet, so that's fine. Mechanical parts are actually dipping a little bit, and I just saw the power thing happen. Oof. Okay, so we have power and we have medical stuff I want to get into. Let's go ahead and talk about medical stuff before I forget. So as a project, I'm going to want to talk about also household goods. That would be a neat thing. Let's cue that like that. And also medical supplies. I don't remember if medical supplies are made here specifically. It looks like not. So let's take a look at it. Medical equipment. Medical equipment is steel and plastic. And that makes medical equipment. I also need disinfectant to make medical supplies. Disinfectant is ethanol and plastic. We have more than enough plastic because we have a stupid amount of corn. Ethanol I'm not making yet. That was something I was kind of waiting on. Oh, no, I am. That's corn mash. That's ethanol. Yeah, I was making ethanol for plastic, so I'm not using it for anything else. I could use it for there. But that's something I'll need to work on. So how do we make medical supplies? Assembly level 3 and a chemical plant. Okay. I was trying to stay to assembly level 2s as much as I could. You. I'll need one of you. I'll need one of you. I shall need 2 of you if we're going to make this linear. So just like I always do, I just copy paste it and slap it around. So that's another project. Power is a project. This is household goods. Yep. And we could also talk about... Nope, I must need the next assembly unit. We also want to talk about household appliances. Household goods are rocking chairs. Think of it like tables, chairs, fixtures, picture frames, crap like that. Household appliances, it has a picture of a washing machine here. So washing machines, dishwashers, dryers, stuff like that as well. The neat thing about this is we can also enable our recycling, our recyclables collection. And we can actually start accepting recycling. I had this paused because this is 12 workers that aren't doing anything. We have nothing that we're feeding the colony that can be recycled right now anyway. So it doesn't super matter. But yeah, we got a couple things. We've got, this is crunchy snacks and tofu and universal, quote unquote, our bus. I should say bus. Our bus leveled oxygen and nitrogen, medical supplies, power plant, and household goods. What do I need for this? A lot of electronics. Okay, we have to wait a little bit on power before I talk about electronics. How many extra people do we have? We've got the room. We just have to stay healthy for a bit. Now, what we could do in the meantime is a population edict. We can spend some unity to give us a couple of extra health points, which I'm going to do. 10 extra health points might not sound like a lot, but when the math is figured out, whenever we have new diseases or whatever, that'll be a big help. Landfill pollution is also kind of a big deal. Air pollution, water pollution, landfill pollution. I don't really remember where that comes from. Health and pollution. That's water pollution. Yep. Diseases. Yeah, okay. So that's going to cost us a little bit of unity, but it'll add a bit more health to the bottom line so folks can stay healthier longer. How much power do you take? Are the extra generators not running? Where did I put those? Let me guess. Did I forget to hook something up? 24. We're not outputting enough CO2. Yep, we're not outputting enough CO2. CO2 cannot be processed by this, I don't think. No. So for right now, it's just a waste. When we started this process, it wasn't that big of a deal, because realistically, we weren't producing enough stuff anyway. This is... Yep, quick build. Quick remove. We're going to get some level 2 pipes going on up in here. That's fine. I can find one piece of tech 2, no problem. Pause. Yep, once it gets in there, I'll just Unity build it, and that's that. Boop. Easy stuff. And unpause. Unpause. Okay, that should have this running 24/7 then. I was like, we can totally get rid of the exhaust. I don't think that's an issue. What is an issue is it's not running all the time. So we're going to work out whatever is left in the pipes. So the pipes act as their own little buffer. So what I should expect to see is this number dipping a bit. But like I said, there's probably a whole mess of backfill we got to do. That's going to ensure the power plants stay online and everything else. I might actually need another exhaust scrubber, which would be really cool. That's even more pollution I'm cutting down. We'll give this like another minute. Give that like another minute. If the transportation pipes aren't getting cleaned out quickly enough, then we'll deal with that. It says 32 workers. I have exactly 32 workers. Have fun. Cool. Every time it dips, it just spikes right back up. Okay, with these two on, let's do a quick check. These are the ones that are going to suffer the most. Output is full. The output actually is the plates. The molten stuff. Yep, okay, that's looking alright. The molten stuff is full. Okay. Because... Oh, we're full on... We're just full of copper. Oh, okay. Haha! Cool. What a good problem to have. Okay. These look better now. I was hoping to see this number dip below, like, 90-something. Nope. Right, you can't copy-paste stuff and rotate stuff at the same time. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. We're just gonna vent that. Thanks. And I'll move this up one, actually. Make it look a little bit better. That looks swanky. Yep, okay. That looks like that. That looks like that. And then all I need is water, which is easy enough to get. Cannot join if not flat. I agree, my good friend. I agree. I'm gonna get that as a tattoo someday. Cannot join if not flat also sounds like a great death metal band. Song. The song. Maybe not the whole band, but the song at least. Stomach tattoo? I didn't even think of that. That does sound funny. I didn't think of that. Okay, that'll get built eventually someday. How are we on this now? That's a pipe 3. That's a pipe 3. A pipe 2? A pipe 2 is actually not fast enough. I'll have to... Well, I could just do this. Blurt. Pipe 3 needs to be the thing. So there we go. You can get built, thanks. Alright, we're turning exhaust, which is damaging. Gotta show off those abs, agreed. To something that's a lot less damaging. I could actually start using this for power now. I think we're actually running it enough that it might be a good deal. Alright, 2 seconds. Alright, just a second here. Ba-ba-bum. Okay, there's that. Sorry about that. Some wacky bots joining the Discord server. Wanted to just tackle that right away. Okay, good. So this whole thing getting set up. This is purging out 24 steam low. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, this guy doesn't have to get built. Pause the construction. I think we actually worked out all the steam. Yeah. Yep, that looks a lot better. Still fluctuating a bit, sure, but that does look a lot better. This is going to go to level 3. Necessary, not necessary, not necessary. No, we're good. Maybe freaked out a little bit for nothing. Okay, this... Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, enough of that. I'll deal with that later. Good day, Tripsy. Thank you for doing the stuff. I just did it myself. It's been quiet here in this stream for a spell because I was clicking through menus and stuff, but yep. Thanks for your help with that. Yep, they just joined, messaged everyone in the server, and then, yep, neat. Okay. It doesn't matter where they're from or what they do. Just malicious behavior needs to be reported, and we need to keep our members safe. So there you go. Anyway, thank you for doing your part. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Anywho, yeah. So what was we doing? Oh, I was waiting on more construction materials. I want to have a healthy basin of that before I move into any real project. Let's see here. We're also probably getting to the part where I need to skedaddle. But let's see how far we can get before I get messaged and be like, hey, you got to do stuff. So, the first thing that we need to work on, arguably, is power. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to move this here. These are my little pet projects that we're working on all the time, all the time, all the time. I'm going to grab you, put you here. I'm going to pick up our last power setup. This one, the Wood Chippinator Mark II. This is what we have here. The main difference is I made these more linear. As opposed to this, I made these wider. I separated out each process. I thought that made more sense, but maybe not nearly as much. So what we have currently, I'm just going to grab this out piece by piece. I like having the old thing available so we can have it as like a really good talking point, right? Extrapolate it out like this. We have how much steam coming in? 24. And that makes 24... Oh, it's this one. 24 high makes 24 low. 24 low makes 24 depleted. The 24 depleted gets cooled, right? That's going to an equivalent amount of flywheels and power generators as needed. Now, the first part of this, and I like to work backwards whenever I work. This is a diesel generator. We're not going to use that. I'm just going to kick that away. The way this would work side by side would be something like this. Bump and bump and bump, I believe. Yep. Low pressure turbine, high pressure turbine. So we could have two of these for 24 to 48. The math is exactly the same, right? You could have two of those or one of these. Makes the same amount of kinetic or mechanical energy is how this game calls it. So you use steam to spin a turbine. That that turbine then creates electrical energy down the line. So 48 to 48. So right now we have 18 megawatts of energy, of mechanical energy right here. Again, same thing if we did it this way. No gains quite yet. A flywheel in between, and then this is a power generator large. I'm going to pin that. Here's a regular power generator. So like this, you can see it side by side. Regular power generator goes from a 3 to 2 ratio. So if we do math, that is a 50% loss of energy. You're always going to have a little bit of loss here and there, so half well, not 50% loss, a third, 33% loss from one to the other. When we talk about the large generator, we go from 18 to 15. So if we did, let's do the math, 18 here divided by 3, I believe that's 6, but just in case I've completely lost my mind, 18 divided by 3 is 6. We'll do 6 times 2. This would actually only, if I built this setup, this would only provide 12. Oop, where'd he go? This setup would only provide 12, but this setup provides 15. So 3 extra megawatts using this new system, which is very cool. The maintenance is actually, still level 1 maintenance. That's cool. This is level 2 maintenance. So we're going to be breaking into a higher category, but we need more power, definitely. So for this wood chippy system, we could actually just cut this and replace it with the new gen stuff, and that would be perfect. So we're going to... Nope, that's perfect right there. And... Oh, right, I did a copy. Whoops. That's not right. Hold on. Oh, I see what's going on here. That's what I want. And... That's what I... No. That's what I want. Thank you. And then flywheel. Flywheel. Let's do a third one because I'm feeling fancy. And that gets the old flipperoo. There you go. So, we produce 12. We produce 6. That's 18. There's your 18. The flywheels are going to spin. They're a neat little middle thing. It doesn't matter how it's placed. I think the power tutorial literally says it doesn't matter how you place any of this stuff. But I like it like this. It makes a lot more sense to me. It's called coal power plant, I think is the thing. There it is. It doesn't matter how you order your turbines and generators, as long as they're all connected to the same shaft, they will work together. But I like it like this. I like this better. Okay, so we have a couple of flywheels. We have some stuff. So this doesn't eat up much more space, and this is actually going to greatly condense this line. So we're going to go ahead and slam this in. This is going to require 48 steam. We're not creating that much steam. Oh, we are actually. So there's the 48, which is for everything else, and this was excess. So what I kind of want... Oh, this sucks. I kind of want to put it right here, and I can't. Sad noises. Bruh. I don't have enough construction materials to redo this whole thing, do I? God, no. Nope, I do not. I do not. Okay. How do? I guess I could set it up the way I had it before. Oh, no, I can't. Ooh. Can you bend the shaft at all? I can't. You can't do this, can you? Like, just loop it around? Nope, it has to be the whole thing. Nuts. Nuts. Okay, well, that toads the wet sprocket. How's that gonna work? This might be a golden opportunity to just redo my power plant somewhere else entirely. I want a moment to think about that. How else do I want to do this? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about rebuilding the entire power grid, right? So what this is this is my JohnMegacycle patent pending power grid. And the reason I like it is because it uses the salt water and wood chips for it to work. We can build a lot of wood chips. We can get a lot of wood chips going on without a problem. You can go ahead and take from that. We have to decide if we're going to do wood as wood chips or coal, and wood chips are more, what would be the word? Calorically efficient? Energetically efficient, maybe, than using just straight coal. Coal's a great universal power, But if we can get specific power stuffs in other places, that is definitely preferable. So what I'm going to need is a couple things. I'm going to build this without the idea of fuel gas. So we need some boilers. That's not boilers. Electric, gas, boilers, yep. And we're going to do this, and that gets the flip-a-doo. I'm actually going to do this right this time. Hot dang, look at that. Actually correct. I'm going to run some pipes just so I have it. Just to remind myself I need stuff. There's that. This is also going to need... Okay, that just gives me a good indication of stuff I need to get accomplished. So we're going to trim that out. I would like this to be kind of compact. So on my docket for now, what I'll really be working on is... Is that really not connected? It really is not connected. We're going to work on power stuff and then hospital stuff. So, 48. That looks about right. Exhaust is exhaust, so we're going to set up the same ways we did before with the other systems. It's going to be level 1 exhaust, that's fine. Nope. I'd have to go up to 2, that's totally fine. Oh, you can't... Oh, I'd have to go to 3? I don't know if I want to go to 3. I'm going to go to 3, it's fine. Okay, so this is the exhaust coming in. We'll set up a blarg, one of these things. And this, yeah, I'll set you up to the chippies, to the wood chippies, 36. Right there. That's going to be too much. So it'd be 60, no, 72 actually. So I'll do this. And we'll set up another line later that's going to go to a purifier, right? But this is why I build this. I'll show you a good example of how I have this going if this is your first time seeing it. I've got some processes here that an iron is probably the best one to see. Is this actually takes all the exhaust and brings it to a balancer. The balancer can always go to this smokestack, but I would prefer if it actually go out this way, because this way takes it to the exhaust scrubbers. And you can see it working, and that works. That makes a little extra sulfur. It makes a little bit of exhaust steam, which I'm not using. But that way we're taking out a lot of the pollutants and knocking it down to a much more tame system. So that's really the idea about that. That's the vibe, that's the plan, that's the deal. So, anyway. I'm going to set this up, and I always try to set these up so that way anything I connect to, I could always just route it around. Actually, did I finish routing copper? I don't think I did. No. So here's the smokestacks here for that. I don't think we have any excess there. Yeah, copper's not even being run right now, which is perfect. 27, 20. Yep, I'm going to need bigger pole. So we'll do pipe level 2. How do you do? Pipe level 2. You're going to go there. And there. And then I'm going to somehow make it to here. Or here, anywhere I can connect to really. 450 is massive. So I don't mind threading a little bit. Oh, that was actually good. No, I like that. And right about there. Perfect. Build that out. And I have the materials? Heck yeah, I have the materials. So I'm going to say prioritize out like this. And the reason why we do this is if ever there's a blockage, I want to make sure that stuff gets vented. Everything has to get removed from a system. So having stuff not vent or whatever is an issue. Sorry, I'm just getting spammed like crazy. There we go. My word. Okay, there we go. So that will help to our exhaust system over here. And this is a 3. Yep, perfect. I kind of want to watch this for a second. Right now, we don't have copper running very much at all. We're getting little spurts, but there's a lot of excess on the line. Steam is also very rarely run. So this is not really a great representation of everything running flat out. Well, how are we doing on meat? 117? Okay, I want you to tell me... Wait. Low supply of meat. This is 29%. Oh, I think it works in increments of 5%. Once it trips down below 25, I think it has to make it to 30 for that to kind of do the thing. I think. I believe. I believes. Okay, even though I'm letting the game run, it's allowing us to stock up on level 2 construction materials, which I could still use more of. I'd actually like to re-enable level 4. I had that off for a while. Yep, stock on that. That is a lot of effort. Making those things might not sound like a lot, but that is a lot of material effort and stuff. And stuff. Remember that. And stuff. Okay, so we got the boilers. We need 96 water. This actually has to be level 2. Actually, this can be... That has to be level 2. Nah. Loose. Level 2. Yep, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I need water now. So I could either pull it from our sources. What I've been doing is this. I'm getting salt water. Which, not gonna lie, has been working out per good. 48. 48, right. I'm doubling this up. That's why. I also need a balancer there. For this process to work, we're going to get a bunch of steam, but it also has to be balanced. Balanced meaning how? Balanced because... Or balanced meaning why? Because I also need steam for this process. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to, like, slap this anywhere and just have power, I guess. There's no such thing as power cabling, so I don't have to wire stuff anywhere, and there's not that much of a benefit. But I kind of like the way this looks. So there's that. This is going to take from here. And we're going to set that as a priority. This is desalinating the water. Actually, 70 numbers are not enough. I'm going to need another one of these things. Or another idea I just had is I have a ton of water here. Are all these, like, full to the gills? Some are. Are they all connected? Yeah, it's just full to the gills. This might be another great place to put a power plant. In general. Wood to chips, water to power, and then I don't have to pull anything from the ocean. That'd be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool. But for now, I kind of want to upgrade and redo this. So, water, pipe level 2s, or I could do one pipe level 3. Oh, wait. Yep, because it's going to be just under a pipe level 1. So here you go. There's a pipe 3. There's a pipe 2. Or, more accurately, pipe 2. Pipe 2. Pipe 3. Nope, not quite. Okay. I thought I had you. I guess not. And like the rest of my blueprints, I like to do something like this, so all the inputs and outputs come from one side. Excuse me. Actually, that's water. Water comes from there. So that's all going to connect in like that. Just a moment. Yep, unfortunately for the stream, I'm going to have to call this here. I do have that family member hitting me up right now. We're going to do some stuff. Going to run some errands for them. They're doing fine, nothing bad. But I did make a loose promise. I was like, hey, you need something, let me know. And they're using their JMegs card, so I'm gonna have to go take care of that. So we're gonna wrap up here. Tomorrow I'm looking forward to be a longer stream and all that. We'll get into more stuff, but yeah, I got to keep my promises and all that, so I'm going to do just that. So thank you all for joining. My name is JohnMegacycle. Some of our blueprints that we've done are on the COI hub. So if you want to see some of the level 1 stuff that we've done together here on the stream, that's where they are. I'll put more as I work through some of the patches and some of the updates and all that. Aside from that, feel free to join the Megacycle Entertainment community. I've already got the Discord link there on the chat as well. So thank you all again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.